Well. I told y'all you're going to call me a prophet before it's over. I told y'all. You can tell me anything you want about Jalen Hurts. You can tell me anything you want about Kellen Moore. Howie Roseman, GM of the year. Dan Quinn, coach of the year. Howie Roseman. And I don't know, Nick Sirianni could actually be in the running for coach of the year. But I told y'all, the Philadelphia Eagles, the reason why I was talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, they're built the way I want the Cowboys to be built. I told y'all this from the very beginning about the Philadelphia Eagles. They're built to win. They're built to win a Super Bowl. I told y'all this. I told y'all this. I told you I was going to be laughing. I told you. For all you people hating on Jalen Hurts, I told you. No surprise with Kansas City. No surprise. I believe, unfortunately, once again, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. See, y'all not listening to what I'm telling you. The Philadelphia Eagles, they didn't build that team to win the NFC. There was no team in front of them in the NFC. The Eagles built that team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's why they're back in the Super Bowl. They built that team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm telling y'all. I've been telling you about this team. I've been telling y'all. We're going to get into the Philadelphia Eagles first. And I'm really going to emphasize the Philadelphia Eagles for a very specific reason. See, some people think this is about liking the Philadelphia Eagles. No. No, I'm a football guy. I love the Dallas Cowboys. But what I am going to do is I'm not going to let my emotions overrule what my eyes and what the stats and what the facts are. I told everybody, the only way the Commanders beat the Eagles is if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. We only need one if. I told y'all yesterday. We only need one if for the Philadelphia Eagles. If they go in and do what they're supposed to do, they beat the brakes off the Commanders. I said the brakes. And it's going to be competitive and close. I told y'all, no, they're going to beat the brakes off of them. And that's exactly what they did. They beat the brakes off of them. I don't want to hear about Jaden Daniels is good. Stop calling him great. Let's enjoy what this kid is right now. Let's let him develop. And let's see what he turns into. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. I don't bet, but I'm laughing all the way to the bank. So, let's get into this. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. And if you like to watch the Commanders and Philadelphia Eagles, y'all welcome too. I'm the G and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys. Where even if you don't like the Cowboys, we're going to talk facts. And I think you'll enjoy them. I told you. I hate to be the one to say I told you so, but I've been telling you. I'm not new to this. How long have I been saying the Eagles? How long have I been saying it? And everybody who hates the Eagles, okay, that's fine. My wife, I want Washington to win. I don't want the Eagles to win. I told you, you can want what you want to. You can want what you want to. But the Commanders, if you go pound for pound, the Eagles were just better than the Commanders. The Commanders, I told you yesterday, they were playing with house money. They were not as good as the Eagles. And if they could go out, and here we go, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If the Commanders could go out and just be mistake-free, just play so relaxed, and just go out there and play, they can beat the Eagles. Lies. I've told y'all this from the beginning of this channel. You can tell me anything you want to. But there comes a time that you're just going to line up against a team. I don't care what you do. I don't care what tricks you run. I don't care how much heart you have. I don't care if you're the underdog, the overdog, or I don't care what anyone says. There comes a time that you just come up a team that's better than you. And there comes a time that you just got to line up and it's going to be no frills. You have to beat a team that's better than you. No, they're going to beat you. They're going to beat you. And Lady Luck ran out on the Commanders. Lady Luck ran out. No, they ran up, and y'all are not listening to me still. Just like me and my son, I told him, oh no, Jalen Hurts not top 5. I don't care if Jalen Hurts not top 5. And the reason why I'm talking about the Philadelphia Eagles is Cowboys fans, you have to stop talking about the doggone quarterback. We have been brainwashed by Jerry Jones. We only go as far as Dak take us. No, we only go as far as the team you build take us. You build a team. We have a quarterback that is arguably better, and I think he's better than Jalen Hurts. There is nothing Jalen Hurts does better than Dak Prescott except run the ball. That's it. That's all he does better. But when I look at his team, this is what I was telling people. You don't need a top 5. Everybody argue, oh, Jalen Hurts not top 5. My son is arguing, he's not even top 10. I don't give a doggone if he's not top 25. All I know this fact. The greatest quarterbacks, the second greatest quarterback since sliced bread, because this is what we do. We're so quick to crown someone. We're going to crown Jaden Daniels. We're going to crown Jaden Daniels when we've seen these rookie performances over and over and over. When are we going to understand what we're seeing? We saw it with Dak Prescott. Had it not been for Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott would have probably done the same thing. We saw it with C.J. Stroud. He comes out, wins his first playoff game. We saw it with Joe Burrow. Everybody, oh, he's about to make history. Stop it. Give these quarterbacks time because things happen. Sometimes they lose players. Maybe they get injured. This is the football business. Sometimes you catch a genie in a bottle and you take that magical carpet ride. But I'm telling you, you take that magical carpet ride until you finally meet that team that say, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care who's crowned you. I don't care who your quarterback is. Our team is better than yours. And I told you, the Eagles, I don't want to hear no luck. I don't want to hear any nonsense. I've been telling you, matchups matter. And this matchup, the Eagles, pound for pound, better than the Commanders. Y'all not hearing me? Better than the Commanders. And I'm not talking about just from, because I mean, for all intents and purposes, there were people saying, oh, Jaden Daniels, he's better than Jalen Hurts. I know this. There is a fact tonight. I told my son this same fact. There are 2 quarterbacks from the NFC right now that played the game today. They will be at the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts will be at the Super Bowl. And I'm sure Jaden Daniels will be at the Super Bowl. You can tell me all day long that Jaden Daniels is better than Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts will be playing the Super Bowl. And Jaden Daniel will be watching the Super Bowl. Howie Roseman. Saw him on the sideline. They should have poured Gatorade on Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman is the best GM in the league, hands down, bar none. Hands down, bar none. Let me do some greetings, and then I'm gonna dig into these facts because I'm telling you, we talk facts. I'm not even emotional. I'm telling you what I've been telling you. This is why the Eagles vested interest. For all you folk talking about Kellen Moore, eat that crow. Eat it. Eat that crow. I'm laughing. We create all these terminologies around Kellen Moore. I saw this nonsense. No identity offense. Okay. I can identify this. Kellen Moore's offense is in the Super Bowl. Fact or fiction? We make some of the dumbest arguments. Dumb arguments. Kellen Moore, I told y'all, didn't I tell you, Jalen Hurts, about every 4 to 5 games, did I not tell you what Jalen Hurts do? Did I not tell you Jalen Hurts is due for one? He's due for one. Jalen Hurts will walk around like, oh, yeah, I'm just kind of pedestrian. I kind of do my thing. We win the game. I go home. But it's about every 4 to 5 or 6 games, Jalen Hurts comes out and say, hold on a second. Hold my drink. I got to shut some folk up. They're talking dumb. Kellen Moore, I love it. Interview with the Cowboys, only an hour. I don't have time to talk your nonsense, Dallas. You at home calling me about a job. I'm on my way to the Super Bowl. Miss me. I'm laughing. You can tell me anything you want to. Kellen Moore didn't call a regular game, a good game. Kellen Moore called an absolute fabulous game. You can hate all you want to. You can hate all you want to. Facts over your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. They don't. I'm going to read some of your comments, then I'm going to get right into these facts because I'm telling you, the numbers, you can't tell me. People, if we argue stats, we can argue all day. No, we can't. No, actually, we're not arguing. Because if the facts say what they say, I've told you before, the facts, the analytics, and the tape, they tell the same story. Just like the Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they tell the same story, but in different ways. But they're all telling the same story. And you have to read all 4 of them to get the snapshot of Jesus. And when you're looking at games, analytics, you need the stats, the box score, and you need the tape because they all line up. They do not disagree. It's insane to me, people talking about we argue stats, we're going to argue all day. No, you're going to argue all day because you're trying to argue against stats. The stats don't lie. Period. Andre Mosley, what's going on? Dank in the crib, what's going on with you? Zor Todd, what's going on? Jose Quevedo, what's going on? Blue Star in the crib. I got to do this one here. Harvard Yard Harvard, what's going on? Appreciate you. Jared in the crib, what's going on? Azteca, what's going on? I told you I was going to tell you. I told you so. Janie Scott, what's going on? I'm going to come back and read some of these comments. JS2, what's going on? Oh, JS2. Hate and bitterness does not stop facts. I've been telling folk. I've been telling them, C. Bass, what's going on? Robert Lewis, I see you there. What's going on with you? Daniel Lynn, appreciate you in the crib. Duke 22, appreciate you. Let's see here. I'm going to go back up and read some of your comments. Willie T in the crib, what's going on? Now, I'm not going to be bragging Willie T on the Eagles. I'm going to be stating facts because I've been telling y'all this the whole time. What's going on, Brandy? What's going on with you? Lead time in the crib, what's going on? Robert Jones, appreciate you. All right. Let's see. Jared, I see somebody here, another Jared. Oh, Gerard Griffin, what's going on? Appreciate you back in the crib. All right, let's see. All right. And then I see DC Trucker. Appreciate you. Everybody else, if you're silent, please, welcome to the show. We're going to get into some of these facts. Let me dig in. There's a super chat here. Let me go ahead and open up with that, and then I'm gonna get into some of these facts. Appreciate you, Liz C. Oh, wow, $10 super chat. Liz C., Eagles fan here, and he's talking big facts. Go Birds. Hey, I'm going to just tell it like it is tonight. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm DC4L, but I'm going to tell it like it is tonight because I've been saying this. I have a vested interest in the Eagles. And I've been telling y'all this in the beginning. It's not about, for me, the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. But I can't lie to you. I became a fan of Jalen Hurts in college. Jalen Hurts is a great, from everything I can see from a distance, I don't know him personally, but he seems to be a great young man. And there were people who doubted the fact that he could even play on this level. People still doubt this man. Oh, he's only been to 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, he's only been to 2 Super Bowls, y'all. He ain't good enough. He ain't even a quarterback. He's a running back playing quarterback. He ain't good enough. He's only been to 2 Super Bowls. He's only been to 2. And I told y'all about Jalen Hurts. Did I not tell you he was lethal? My son now, he eating crow, but I told him, you better stop playing with Jalen Hurts. He's lethal. He does everything just good enough. He's not the smartest runner. He's not the fastest runner. He's not the strongest runner. But what he is, he's a 600-pound squatting quarterback that you're not getting him with arm tackles. No, forget your arm tackles. You're not tackling Jalen Hurts with arm tackles. And he's just quick enough that he can get away from your pass rush. Just quick enough. And then when you blink, he shoots all up through the holes. And before you know it, he's in the end zone. He is knocking his head on the goalpost, knocking the camera off. Jalen Hurts, I told you, he did it in the Super Bowl last year, and here he is again in the NFC Championship game. I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts was on full display. And for every one of you who said that Saquon Barkley ran the Philadelphia Eagles into the playoffs, and he's the reason why they won, eat your crow. Jalen Hurts is not the reason they won. Saquon Barkley is not the reason they won. He's a part of the reason they won. But the man who led this entire thing, it was Jalen Hurts. He was a general on the field today. And I love what Kellen Moore did. Kellen Moore, again, hate on him if you want to. Kellen Moore made sure that Jalen Hurts played within himself. He played within himself. He's not doing this dumb stuff that the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens does. The moment somebody stops the run, the moment somebody stops Lamar Jackson from running, he just goes pass. No, that is not what Kellen Moore does. Kellen Moore knows how to throw in a very good mixture. And for all you folks, anybody can just say, no, stop it. Kellen Moore he designed that run game. You tell me anything you want to about Nick Sirianni and what he said to Kellen Moore, but it's Kellen Moore who's doing it. And just like tonight, Tom Brady, I love what Tom Brady said. For all you folk who say he don't have an identity, well, I'm going to take Tom Brady over y'all and all of y'all fancy jargon. Tom Brady said he does have an identity. His identity is passing the ball. But he said he loved the fact that Kellen Moore could do what? Kellen Moore adapted and adjusted his game, and he turned it into a run game. You better stop listening to people all this dumb jargon. Hey, no identity with no results. Okay. I'll let you tell it why he's in the Super Bowl. I'll let you tell it. I'm telling you. The Philadelphia Eagles are built. They're built. It's not luck. I told y'all from the get-go, they're built to win the championship. Howie Roseman, when they lost in 2022, Howie Roseman said, we're going to build this team and we're going to get back to the Super Bowl. And if we see Kansas City, we're going to build a team that can beat Kansas City. See, we thinking NFC. We own the NFC because we've even owned the Eagles in some respect. But Howie Roseman is saying, no, this isn't about the NFC. We're going to the Super Bowl again. And when we get there, we're going to win. This is going to be, I'm telling you, this is going to be, again, one of the greatest Super Bowls we've seen. I'm not writing it down that Kansas City going to get this three-peat. I know the NFL want them to get this three-peat, but the Eagles are built to beat them. The Buffalo Bills will not they were not built to beat Kansas City. Yep, Josh Allen, he cut down on his turnovers. Okay, all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, they might have stripped Josh Allen down a little too bare. They might have stripped him down a little too bare. They went and got him Amari Cooper at the end. But I'm going to tell you what I think they should have did. I think they should have not only got, because I still think they could have got Amari Cooper. Cleveland Browns was trying to shake him. I mean, they were really trying to shake him, so they probably could have got him anyway. But I think they missed a golden opportunity. The Buffalo Bills should have seized the moment and got Devontae Adams. Because what they were missing tonight was something that could help Josh Allen get over the fact, hey, we're not going to let you just run this thing. You're not just going to run in here and run the ball and win the game. He needed a little bit more help. And I'm telling you, the Eagles got a team, y'all. I'm just trying to tell you they have a team. Let's dig into some of these numbers. And first, let me read some of your comments so I can give you guys some voice in here. Andre Mosley, Shawty must get a run game to help Dak. This is why, Andre. I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm a fan of how Howie Roseman built the team. Man, I'm sorry. Y'all got to learn how to appreciate when somebody does something good. The Dallas Cowboy fan base, a lot of us are a reflection of the owner. Yeah, we're going to go as far as Dak take us. And then we start saying stuff like, yeah, and Dak ain't good. He ain't him. He ain't that guy. He ain't that man. He can't win this and he can't win that. Howie Roseman said, what is Jalen Hurts? What is he? What can he do? And what is it he can't do? So we know what he can't do. So let's go out and get things to put around him to nullify what he can't do. And then we're going to get some people that will allow him to do what he can do. And so rather than us talking about what he's not, let's focus on what he is, and we're going to win with what he is. We'll go get him 2 outside guys. We'll go get him a tight end. It don't mean he's going to throw 300 yards. No, he's not throwing 300 yards a game, very rarely. He's not going to do that he's not going to do that 10 times out of the year. But what he is going to do, that when he needs to break that glass, he's going to do it about 5 times a year. And I told y'all, Jalen Hurts is not the most prolific passer in the NFL. But didn't I tell you, he'll make 4 or 5 throws that'll make you go, what? How did he make that throw? How did he get that ball right there in that spot? He did it again tonight. He did it again. Jalen Hurts was making some throws that made you go, hold on a second. This is not Jalen Hurts. Yes, it is. I told you, it's Jalen Hurts. This is what he does to people. The Philadelphia Eagles. I want Jerry Jones to go and build the Cowboys like this. I don't know if he can do it, but I hope he does, because the Philadelphia Eagles, they're built to beat you all kinds of ways. You want a pass game? We'll beat you like that. You want a long passing game? We'll beat you like that. Short passing game? We'll beat you like that. Oh, don't even talk about the run game, because we will beat you like that. I mean, we built to beat you like that. We're gonna grind it out. We can hit you with the big plays from the running back, the home run hitter. Oh, and then this is the scary part. And our quarterback, he can scramble. he can get the first downs. Oh, and if you blink, he'll hit you for 40 or 60. On the ground, he'll hit you for 40 or 60. Oh, and then when we get 3rd and 1, 4th and 1s, get to the goal line, oh, we don't even use the running back for that. You're done once they get you in 3rd and 1. You're done when they get you in 4th and 1. And you may stop them 1 time out of 10. It ain't enough. They stopped for tush push today. I need blink. I was like, it doesn't matter because you can't stop it consistently. It breaks you. It's a play that literally breaks you because you have to put so much into it to stop it. You can't stop that play 5 times a game. You may be able to do it once. You may get lucky and do it twice. You're not going to do it 3 times. You're not going to stop that play 4. You're not going to stop that play 5. The Eagles have built a team that is lethal. Man, these boys will beat you all kinds of ways, and it's scary. It is. They'll beat you all kinds of ways. Andre Mosley, you're hitting it right on the head. They must get a run game to help Dak and the offense straight up, and draft a defensive tackle, running back, free agent, wide receiver, Keenan Allen, the trade for Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs. We need players now to play the game. Yes. Howie Roseman. Standing ovation. This dude deserves a standing ovation. Howie Roseman built a team. He built a team. That's all this boils down to. This isn't about the Eagles. It is about the Eagles, but it's not about the Eagles. Howie Roseman built a team. Howie Roseman took 2 years to build a team, not to win the NFC. We think small. Howie Roseman built a team to go to the Super Bowl. Gosh, man, gotta get this guy credit, man. It's crazy what this man has done. It's crazy what he's done. We gotta learn that when we see somebody do something like this, man, you can't let this stuff go by and just go, oh, I hate the Eagles and blah, blah, blah. Nah, man, you got to say, man, where can we get that GM? Our problem is we don't have a real GM. We don't. Dion is on the Late Show. What will he say? We'll see. I definitely want to hear what he say. I hope he turns it around. Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Andre, hey, I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you this, Andre. The Kansas City Chiefs, if they allow the Eagles to take them down to the wire the way the Buffalo Bills did tonight, they will not beat the Buffalo Bills. I mean, they will not beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They will not beat the Philadelphia Eagles. In that situation, you're not stopping the Eagles. You're not stopping the Eagles. Their O-line is better. Their running backs are better. Their outside receivers are better. Their tight end is better. And their quarterback, he may not be better than Josh Allen, but I think in what Jalen Hurts does, he's more lethal than Josh Allen. Josh Allen is this big, strong, strapping quarterback. And his game is all about power. I've already told you. He's the scariest running quarterback in the league because he's the biggest, the strongest, and the most powerful. But the problem is, sometimes his arrogance gets the best of him, and he's all they got. And Josh can't do it all kinds of ways. Have you not noticed? Josh seems to keep losing it the same way. The Buffalo Bills, they made a critical mistake. They got him a run game. That's great. That's what they did this year. They got him a run game. But where they made a critical mistake is that they still have the team built to where it's Josh or nothing. Philly ain't built like that. They got enough around Jalen that Jalen always has an option. If you look at the play with Josh Allen at the end when they blitzed him, And when he throws the ball to the tight end and the tight end dropped it, I'm sorry, that was a duck. We got to start understanding some of these things are difficult to do. Wide receivers and tight ends, they want you to throw balls to where at least they're in the air and they're hitting them and coming into their. They want balls they can catch. That was a duck. Josh Allen threw that up. Now I have a cardinal rule: ball touch your hand, catch it. That's me, wide receiver coach. But when I go and watch the film, I'm saying that was a lame duck. It was a lame duck. So he was going to really have to make a spectacular catch is what he was going to have to make. And he couldn't make it. End of story. And sometimes we're asking guys who are not. Sometimes we're asking Jags, just a guy. We're asking just a guy to make plays. What Howie Roseman has done for Jalen Hurts, he's fixed it to where Jalen isn't just throwing to just a guy. Jalen isn't throwing to just a guy. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Goddard. No, those are not just guys. Saquon Barkley is not just a guy. Gainwell even is not just a guy. No, he fixed it to where that when Jalen breaks something down, he's scrambling. Jalen's got two options. I can run it, I can throw it. Because I got guys on the field. Josh Allen, the play. I want to hear what they say about the film because the read was to the left. The read was to the left. Now, I know they got to him quick, but the read was to the left. And Josh didn't even turn, not even a second. I mean, he just stepped back and threw it. But if he could have stepped back and just looked to the left and threw it, the safety valve was wide open. He probably gets that first down. He probably gets what they need and get out of bounds. I mean, he didn't, I don't know. Maybe it was too fast for him. Maybe he couldn't turn his head like that. Zor Todd, yes, sir. Looking forward to this podcast as much as the games. Hey, man, appreciate you. Jose, I'm going for the Chiefs. Again, vested interest. I am hoping that Jerry Jones is watching Kellen Moore, Howie Roseman, and how this team is built. I hope he's watching. You need to do the same thing for your quarterback, Jerry. You got to get him some weapons. You have to get him more than CeeDee Lamb. Blue Star, we're going to criticize Josh Allen like they do Dak Prescott. Because how many times has this man had a great team around him and can't get it done? I do think Blue Star, he may be missing like one wide receiver, but as good as Josh Allen is running the ball, he should be able, because this is the third time he's got knocked out by the Chiefs. Third time. You would hope at some point he's going to be able to get over the hump. But they've already crowned Josh Allen. They're not going to do it to Josh Allen because he's the greatest quarterback in the league if you ask them. He's the greatest quarterback in the league if you ask him. Yes, sir, Harvard Yard. Josh Allen will never get past Mahomes. Gee, I don't think he ever will. I don't even think he's going to get past. Let's think about this with Josh Allen. It's amazing to me. We talk about Dak Prescott, and people say, hey, man, you know what? It's time to move on for Dak Prescott and blah, blah, blah. So, do we not realize how long Josh Allen has been in the league? So, when do the Buffalo Bills? I mean, and I'm not saying they should do this, because I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying. They're going to have to figure out something. He was drafted in 2018. It's now 2025. It's about to be the 7th year. So how long what are you going to do? Because if you're not going to load him up, then you need to decide what you're going to do. Now, if you're going to stay with him, then you need to load him up. Because I'm telling y'all, this is why I love what the Eagles are doing. The Eagles are proving a fact. They're not just an anomaly. They're proving a fact. Teams win championships. Defenses win championships. Running games, I told y'all, two things travel. Run games and defense. They travel. And they travel well. Of course, the Eagles didn't have to travel, but the Eagles defense, man, they created some major turnovers. They did. And so with Josh Allen, what are they going to do? They're going to have to get him more than what he has. If not, it's over with. Zartad, 55-23 is a proper butt stomping. Yes, sir. They stomped him. They're going to have to get some players around him. It is what it is. This is why I'm telling us we have to stop talking about Dak Prescott the way we do. Okay, he's not that guy. Is Josh Allen that guy? Ask any one of those people, would they take Josh Allen or Dak Prescott? Because a lot of them will tell you Josh Allen. And at the end of the day, so you're telling me that the playoffs are the goal. And so because he has more playoff wins than Dak, we're satisfied. I thought the Super Bowl was the goal. Josh Allen, he gets these opportunities. This is the second AFC Championship game that he's had. And he couldn't do it. And what better way? The ball was in his hand at the end. By the time the defense got the ball, they're already demoralized. Kansas City has already demoralized them, and they've already put inside of their head, it's over. Dank said it should have been 58. And I'm telling you, it's a travesty that the Baltimore Ravens were not playing the Kansas City Chiefs. How much you bet the Baltimore Ravens are a better matchup for the Kansas City Chiefs than the Buffalo Bills? Matchups matter. I guess Buffalo was a bad matchup for the Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills were a bad matchup for the Ravens. But if the Ravens would have made it past the Buffalo Bills, I give the Ravens a better chance because of the way they're constructed. They would have given Kansas City more of a problem. It's a travesty that Baltimore got beat by Buffalo. It is. It's not just a travesty, it's a failure. It's an absolute failure. As tackle, NFL wants Mahomes to get a three-peat. Man, let me tell you something. Man, I hope the Eagles stop them. I do. I hope they stop them. Eagles opened up a can. Man, Jared, I told us. These doggone Eagles are different, man. They're built to win. There's no other way to explain it. Howie Roseman has built a team. They're built to win. They're built to win a Super Bowl. They're not just built to go to the Super Bowl. They're built to win a Super Bowl. Because I'm telling you, boy, Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, y'all might not realize these dudes are both home run hitters. They're both home run hitters. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley are both home run hitters. And what they're not going to do is do what the Baltimore Ravens did. Okay, you stop the run the first quarter and a half, and they're going to give up on the run and just start letting Jalen Hurts go pass happy. No, they're not. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to continue to pound that ball on you. They're going to pound the rock because I told you, you don't run to have a dominant run game. You run to dominate the game. Man, you dominate teams when you can run. It's demoralizing. Because rather than you passing and letting them bring it to you, you're running the ball and you're punishing them. Your O-line is punishing them because your O-line knows where it's going. And it punishes teams. If you got a good offensive line, you don't even have to have a great one. If you got a good offensive line with a couple of great players, you punish teams. You punish them and you pummel them, and before you know it, guess what happens? They break. They break like a dam. They break. And the Eagles will break you like a dam. They will. They demoralize teams and run. And that's why the Baltimore Ravens, it's a failure. Period in the story, it's a failure. There's no way you can tell me you got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson and you gave up on the run that fast. No, I'm going to destroy you. You're going to have to stop Derrick Henry all day long if I'm your offensive coordinator. You're going to have to stop Derrick Henry all day long. I don't care if you stop him for a whole half. My defense, I'm going to still use that TOP by running the ball. I'm going to get some first downs. Lamar Jackson will be able to do a few things. We can get some first downs. You got to be patient in these types of games, and sometimes people get too impatient. Andre Mosey, he says Josh Allen is overrated. Lamar Jackson is overrated. Justin Herbert's overrated. You know what I think, Andre? I think you're right. And from this perspective, I told y'all this early in the season. When they like you, they make every excuse for you. When they like you. Because, see, they built you up. And they can't be wrong. I mean, it takes so much for them to finally admit you're not what they said you were. When they like you, they give you every excuse. When they hate you, there is no excuse. Bottom line. Azteca says Eagles are only there for Saquon Barkley to get his first ever Super Bowl. Will that not be crazy? I'm telling you. Y'all better not pencil. Do not pencil Kansas City in. I'm telling you, man, these Eagles, these boys are built. Let me go down to the middle. These boys are built to win. They're built to win. And I'm telling you, the Kansas City Chiefs better not. They better not let the Eagles get them down to the end of a game like that. It will not be the same result. It will not. DC Trucker said, we love the hate, so keep it coming. Others, he said, Chiefs skinned Buffalo. They did. They beat the brakes off of them. Well, no, I wasn't necessarily beat the brakes off of them. Yeah, we can say they skinned them. I'm sorry. The Eagles beat the brakes off the Commanders. That's who got the brakes beat off of them. Eagles ain't ready for the Chiefs. Oh, yes, they are. No, they are. They're ready. They're more than ready. They did not build this team to beat the NFC. They built this team to beat the Chiefs. And they can beat them. No doubt about it. Their D-line is way good enough. Way good enough. Their O-line, way good enough. Buffalo does not have the same defense as the Eagles. Y'all do not understand. The Eagles were the number one defense in football. There's a difference. And I'm telling you, teams look different. Didn't I tell y'all? I say, hey, man, Jaden Daniels this time, they got lucky. They knocked Jalen Hurts out of the first game and scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. Who knows how they did it? But didn't I tell y'all? Not this time. Nope, not this time. Let me tell y'all something why I say Dan Quinn is Coach of the Year. Dan Quinn is Coach of the Year because Dan Quinn was so smart. He wanted the playoff position that he got because he didn't want to play Philly first. Because he knew they were not going to catch that genie in a bottle a second time. So he wanted to go the route that he went because he knew it was a better chance of them winning. He looked at the matchups and said, okay, the matchups to us are either favorable or equal to where if we can get somewhere at the end, maybe we can pull out a win. He knew. Anybody looking at the Eagles knows. If you look at that team on tape, on paper, and the stats, you say to yourself, this team's a problem. This team's a problem. If you're honest with yourself, I don't care who your team is. If you look at the Eagles, you say it to yourself, they're a problem. They're literally a juggernaut. I'm telling you, the Eagles, what they did tonight was exactly what you need to do. Don't give a team hope. Don't give it to them. Create turnovers. Get up on them 10, 15, 20 points, and you break their spirit. The one thing the Washington Commanders were riding the whole season was spirit. They were actually playing bigger than they were in some of these instances. I mean, it's a rookie quarterback. I mean, you're really playing like, hey, man, we're not even supposed to be here. Jaden Daniels' first year. Dan Quinn's first year. We don't even have the players that we really need. We got, Dallas Cowboy free agents. And here we are, man. We're on the biggest stage. And I always laugh when people say, yeah, man, I embrace being the underdog. That's cool, too. That underdog mentality, yeah, you can beat some teams with that nonsense. Yeah, you can beat you can beat some of the mediocre teams. You might beat a good team. But a great team, man, they'll look at you and spit in your face talking about, oh, man, we underdogs, we embrace it. And they're going to tell you, embrace this L. Embrace this L. Because your spirit does not override our ability and our talent. Embrace this L. They did a great job this year. They did. Dan Quinn, I'm telling you, coach of the year. The cold hard facts is they have nothing to be embarrassed about. The Eagles are just better. If I'm Dan Quinn, I'm in that locker room telling them this. We'll be back next year. And we're going to be better next year. Because that team that beat us, do not hold your head down. A better team beat us today. It's one thing when a team you know you're better than, and you just come out and lay a goose egg, and you go, man, we're better than that team. We got some things to fix. We got to do this. We got to do that. No. The Washington Commanders, they have every reason to hold their head high except for the loss. But understand this. You got beat by a better team. There's no getting around it. They got beat by a better team. When you get beat by someone who's just better, hey, man, it is what it is. So now what do I do to get better? What do I do to get better? What do I do? I'm telling y'all, the Eagles, Howie Roseman, man, I'm telling you this. I would be hiring. I'm telling you, man, I just wish we had this mentality. I wish Jerry would get on hey, man, Howie Roseman, how much they paying you over there? I'm sorry. How much they paying you over there, man? How much they paying you? It ain't no salary cap on no GM. I pay you double. Man, I don't understand it. AJ Model, I'm glad I found this channel. A lot less doom and gloom and a lot more reality. Appreciate you. Seems like too many fans just want to be all doom and gloom. Man, I don't even understand why people collapsing. Man, people talking about, I'm done. Man, I'm like Michael Irvin. I'm not a person that curses, but he says, stop this SH. Stop it. We're not following the Cowboys. Man, they come out next year and win 3 games in a row. Everybody be back on the bandwagon. Man, stop it. The Eagles, man, we just got to admit it. We need to look at the Eagles and we're not saying we're Eagles fans. But I'm a fan of what Howie Roseman has done for that team. I'm a fan of what he's put around Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of it. This dude has done a marvelous job. Jaden Daniels and the Commanders kept turning the ball over. They had 4 and should have probably had 7. And watch this. And it wasn't the fact they were turning it over Jared. They were making them turn it over. That's the part I like. That defense was intent on getting turnovers. They were intent on doing it. Dank, this is my vested interest. They have set the blueprint. That's why I love it. Don't tell me what our quarterback is not. Because some of y'all been telling me what Jalen Hurts is not. Some of y'all been telling me every single week. No, the Eagles, the She-Eagles, I love some of the names y'all have. Oh, the She-Girls, they're getting knocked off. No, they're not. No, I'm not telling you I'm Nostradamus. No. I looked at the team and how it's constructed. The Eagles are not the best team in the NFC East. They were the best team in the NFC, especially down the stretch, because as the Detroit Lions continue to get decimated with injury, I've told my wife this for years. The NFL is a battle of attrition. The teams that are typically the healthiest in the end are the teams that typically go the farthest in the end. And if you think about, there are two teams that are literally the most healthy right now. Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. Kansas City Chiefs had a lot of injuries early on. They got healthy. Philadelphia Eagles, they've been healthy relatively all season long. And it looks like Jalen Hurts really got healthy. And it showed. They were able to beat every team in the NFC that they faced. Eagles have the blueprint. Gilbert says Eagles choke. Not going to happen. Bama in the house. Go. Yes, sir. I know what you're talking about. The Bama boys. Bama in the house. AJ Metal says Eagles don't have a blueprint. They just actually do the things that everyone knows you should do. They have a blueprint. You're saying it. You're just not saying it, but they do. And the blueprint is simple. AJ, you know what we're watching? I hope everyone's paying attention. We're watching a renaissance of the run game. The NFL is in a renaissance. And I'm going to tell you who is responsible for this. The New York Giants, flat out in the NFL, ticked off Saquon Barkley. Y'all do realize it was Saquon Barkley who was the one who was leading this charge about how running backs are being devalued. Jerry Jones is also partially responsible for this. Gives Ezekiel Elliott an insanely crazy contract. Turns around and cuts him. Who else did it? The Rams signed Todd Gurley to an insanely crazy contract, knowing that he wasn't quite healthy. He comes back when he gets the contract, and then he failed. And then people start devaluing the running back position. Well, guess what? That thing is back in high demand. I'm sorry. And this draft right here, if Dallas don't get with the program, I'm going to warn all of us Dallas Cowboy fans now. If Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones do not get with the program in this draft, because if there's one draft that you can get with the program, it's this one. Loaded with running backs. Loaded. There is no way that any team that wants a running game, there is no way they're not going to be able to have it. There's no way. The Dallas Cowboys are drafting number 12. If you look at what a lot of teams need, some of these teams need, some of them already have running backs. Some of them are prioritizing D-line and different things like that. D-line, O-line. There are literally 10 running backs. And the only one they have going in the first round is Ashton Genty to the Cowboys. I'm going to be shocked if he makes it past Ben Johnson. I'll be shocked if he makes it past Kyle Shanahan. But if he's there, the Cowboys will probably take him. Especially if McMillan is not there or Abdul Carter. They're going to take him. But if they don't take him, they can literally trade back and get a Marion Hampton. They can probably trade back and get him. There are too many running backs in this draft. If you want to get on the renaissance, this is the draft. If the Cowboys don't draft one of these running backs in the top 10, they're telling you everything. They're telling us all everything we need to know. Everything. They better get on this renaissance because the running backs are back. Appreciate your C-Base. The running backs are back. And Saquon Barkley is the ringleader. Saquon Barkley is trying to prove that running backs matter. And they do. They do. DC Trucker, how can someone keep hating on this man? How? This man got 2 Super Bowl appearances. It's insane to me. 2 NFC titles and 2 Super Bowl appearances, and he's still getting doubted. Lost in translation, I'm telling you, you're saying it exactly right. Eagles look good. Howie Roseman did a great job. He did. C-Base, our quarterback, we can end this debate. Dak is only better than Daniel Jones. Dak is only better than Daniel Jones postseason, not Hurts, not Jaden. Record statistics speak for themselves. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Dak Prescott. We can argue all day long, and I'm with you, C-Base. Dak Prescott statistically is a top 5 quarterback. I'm talking statistics and wins. Dak Prescott's problem is not a Dak Prescott problem. Dak Prescott's problem is he's on a doggone team that is in la-la land and thinks in 92 through 95 that the quarterback carried a Super Bowl team to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, thinking it's the quarterback when in reality it was the team. And so rather than us literally building teams, and what did they do with Troy Aikman? We do realize that they didn't just start going to the Super Bowl. They got to the playoffs, they lost, and Jerry every single year started saying, okay, we got closer. What can we do to get closer? We got closer. What can we do to get closer? We got closer. Now what can we do to get over the hump? They continued to put pieces around Troy Aikman. Line, built him up a line, running back, got him wide receivers, got him a tight end. Man, the Cowboys had a fullback. I almost wish we'd even go back to get him a full. Hey, Hunter Lipke, you're going to be the fullback. That's what he's supposed to be. I would love to see I formation, split backfields. I mean, heavy power run stuff in some of the play designs. Be intent on running the ball. Don't let it be secondary. Let it be your identity. Yeah, we're a running team. It's okay to be a running team and have a great quarterback. Because if you ask that great quarterback, would you rather be a passing team and we're going to throw it 45 times a game, or would you rather be our identity be a run game and you throw the ball 25 times a game and you get 200 to 250 yards a game? You get an opportunity at 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, maybe even 4, depending upon what the situation is. Which one would you rather do, quarterback? Give me the run game. Unless you Dan Marino or Dan Fouts. Maybe Patrick Mahomes, but everybody else is going to say, hey, man, give me the run game. Let me eat on play action. Give me the run game. Angie Lamb, what's going on? Oh, you don't went to your real name up in here. I see you. I see you. David Everett, heard that Kellen Moore, heard that Kellen Moore talk. Hey, I'm telling you, people talking bad about Kellen Moore. He laughing all the way to the Super Bowl, and he looked good. He looked good today. He called a great game. I'm with you, Whitfield. I think they have a great opportunity. I do. I heard that Kellen Moore is getting the Saints job. Let me tell you something. He making a strong push. He's making a strong push for it. He is. Mr. 37. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think he does have a plan. I do. And for people who said he doesn't, you're naive. Yeah, you're naive. Who is this? I'm awake. Stop it. Stop playing in here. Now we still the Cowboys fans. Now we know we on the couch, but we on our way. We on our way. Mr. 37. Yeah, they're gonna have the work cut out for him. Yep, they're gonna have the work cut out for him. They are. C-Base. He said, I'm a he said, I'm a Cowboys fan. He says, F Philly. Dr. Trucker, DC Trucker. Nobody's even mentioning that they ran plays that nobody ever seen before. DC Trucker. You know what this game reminded me of? Let me show you something. I'm going to read some more of y'all comments in a moment. I'm going to show y'all something. Excuse me. So this is the box score for the game. Jalen Hurts was absolutely lethal. He was absolutely lethal. This is similar to his Super Bowl performance. Similar. But I want you to look at something. Jalen Hurts was 20 of 28, 246, 1 touchdown, 71% completion, 110 rating, 8.8 yards. On the ground, 10 for 16. But the runs he made were crazy. Especially that one run. I can't remember where it was from. I think it was maybe the 9-yarder. Oh, man, it was crazy how he ran in the end zone. But anyway, he had 3 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley. This is insane. Saquon Barkley. Now, the 60-yarder really helped out on this. He popped off that 60-yarder. But 15 carries, 118. Shipley was 4 for 77. I'm telling you, these guys got players everywhere. They do. They got players everywhere. But this game in particular reminded me of this game. It reminds me of another game that Kellen Moore called for Dak Prescott. Kellen Moore called a game for Dak Prescott. Go back and look at this game. It is one of the most insane performances you will ever see in your life for a quarterback in the playoffs. And it reminded me, when I watched this game, it reminded me of the Tampa Bay Buccaneer game that Dak Prescott and Kellen Moore did against Tom Brady. Look at Dak's stats. He was 25 of 33. He only missed 8. 305, 4 touchdowns. Look at Jalen Hurts. He was 20 for 28. He only missed 8 passes. 246, 1 touchdown, but isn't it strange? He also had 4 touchdowns. And what I mean by how these games are eerily similar is in how Kellen Moore found a way in the Tampa Bay game. Because I'm telling y'all, go back and watch that game. No, those plays were, you could tell, that game was scripted. Kellen Moore knew exactly, him and Dak knew exactly what they wanted to do. Period, in the story. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and there was nothing Tampa Bay could do to stop him. There was nothing they could do to stop him. And if you look at this game, it was the exact same way. You could tell every pass that Jalen Hurts threw, it was the game plan. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They looked at film. They looked at the Commanders' tendencies, their weaknesses, and they destroyed them. Now, Dan Quinn, I'm going to give Dan Quinn Coach of the Year, y'all, but I got some questions for Dan Quinn. I got a couple of questions for Mr. Dan Quinn. And the question I got for Dan Quinn, man, you're going to have to explain Marshawn Lattimore to me. When he first did that move, you have to explain Marshawn Lattimore, because the Marshawn Lattimore we saw tonight is the same Marshawn Lattimore I've been seeing at every stop that he goes to. I guess people say he plays pretty good, but I can tell you what I see in him. I see a player that gets burned, and when he gets burned big. I see a player that when he starts to get beat, he starts trying to fight. He starts trying to get real pushy and shovey, and he gets out of the game because now somebody is in his head. When Dan Quinn made the Marshawn Lattimore move, I said, wait a minute, hold on a second. What is he seeing? And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he give up some weird, a 3, 5, and a 7 or something like that for Marshawn Lattimore? Man, you could have won in the draft this year and got you two good cornerbacks for that. Marshawn Lattimore hurt. He's hurt a lot. I'm questioning Dan Quinn on this Marshawn Lattimore thing. Because Marshawn Lattimore is one of the reasons, he's a part of getting done in tonight. I mean, it's crazy to me. Dan Quinn, you got some questions to answer on that. But when you look at the game plan, I don't understand this whole thing about the identity, because I'm telling you, Kellen Moore is intent on running the doggone ball. This dude is intent on running the ball. He threw it 28 times. What if I told y'all the magic number is 25? 25 is the magic number. That's really what you want your quarterback. If you can get your quarterback 25 throws and win games, you got a good formula. Why? Because that means that you have some balance. Your quarterback can throw it around 20. Maybe he throws it 20. Maybe he throws it 28. I don't want him even touching 30. Give me 25 is the magic number, somewhere in there. That means you got balance. Barkley, 15. Shipley, 4. Jalen Hurts is a part of it, 10. I mean, they got Goddard, Gaineswell. They're all in this thing. And so when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, they were able to capitalize. If you just look at the running backs, they were able to capitalize on just 22 carries. They dominated. They dominated the Commanders on 22 carries when you just count the doggone running backs. Let me tell you something. And when you got averages like this, 7.9, 19.3, man, you're breaking a team. Man, you are breaking and demoralizing a team when you can run like this. You can win a lot of games like this. You can. And their defensive and offensive line, underrated. Both sides of the ball, they're very underrated. Their O-line and D-line, I'm telling you, especially their D-line. Y'all know what happened to Jaden Daniels tonight, right? I don't think he had seen quickness quite like that. Quickness and power. Now, the Rams, for whatever reason, they couldn't seem to just get after him like the Eagles did. Man, the Eagles, their defensive coordinator, he deserves some credit. Jaden Daniels, he got loose some. He was 6 for 48. But for the most part, they held Jaden Daniels in check. And let me tell you, I keep telling y'all, show me this box score, and I'm going to tell you lost the game. I don't need to look at nothing else. You show me that your quarterback threw the ball 48 times, I'm going to tell you lost the game. Your quarterback has no business throwing the ball 48 times. That's ridiculous. 48 times is ridiculous to throw the ball. It's ridiculous. But it's obvious when you look down at the box score, there's probably an issue where they couldn't run the ball, because Jaden Daniels on 6 carries for 48 yards, he almost outran the whole team. They ran 51 yards. Jaden Daniels ran 48 on 6 carries. They were 19 for 51. I'm telling y'all, that defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. This team, unlike us, we go into games. This goes to show you how our team is constructed. We go into a game as the Cowboys saying, hey, man, Dak better have a good game today. No, they don't go into games like that. Not the Eagles. They don't go into games like that. That's us, not them. They go into games and they know they have a team. And they say, everybody, like Michael Irvin said, everybody do your job. We don't have to do if, because if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. No, do your job. We're better than this team. They may have a player better than one of our players, but as a team, we're better than them. We're better than them. And I'm telling you, when we start doing some research, we're going to find out something. You go down and start looking at the rosters between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Eagles. That Eagles roster is crazy. I'm just telling y'all, that Eagles roster is crazy. It is. That Eagles roster is way better than people want to give it credit for. Howard Roseman has done something, and people need to give him credit for it. Alex, gee, did you see how the Eagles and Commanders fans got together and said, Dallas sucks? We live rent-free. How about those Chiefs? I can't wait. Now, let me tell you why some of they have some of this animosity towards the Cowboys. Because the Cowboys have owned the NFC East. Cowboys owned the NFC East for what? 5 years? 5 years easy. Owned it. Dak was beating some of these teams. The Dallas Cowboys were beating some of these teams twice in a year. And even in some of the years where they split, but if you go back and look at the game, there was a play that maybe cost the Cowboys the game because they in every aspect of the game they outplayed them. They just didn't win it on the scoreboard. So these teams are glad. They're glad the Cowboys are just, it seems like the Cowboys are just on a downward spiral. I don't believe it. I think what's happening is the Cowboys are recalibrating. Because we can't be rebuilding because we got too many pieces for a rebuild. But we are recalibrating. But the good thing is, for the Dallas Cowboys, all Jerry has to do is the right thing. That's all he has to do. It's not like you can't do something. It's one thing when you can't do something. But by signing Dak Prescott, by signing CeeDee Lamb, you fixed it to where now you can do something. Because once you flip those switches on those contracts, which is why you built those void years in, 4 void years, and when you kick that money down, you're going to be able to do some stuff. The Cowboys will be able to do plenty in free agency. I'm telling y'all, understand what I'm telling you. If the Cowboys don't fix it this season, when will they? When will they fix it? You got a 7-10 schedule. It got you the 12th pick in the draft. And everybody knows the true first round is 1 through 15. Congratulations. You cracked the top 15. That means you're going to be able to go 7 rounds to where you will now not be in the middle. You will be in the early part of those rounds. You are in a position, the Cowboys are literally in a position to where not only will they be able to draft at the early part of the round, now they have draft picks in almost every round that'll be valuable. There's a difference when you have a 5th round pick and a 6th round pick, and they're both at 25 and 27, and then you go to a team and say, hey, we'll give you our 5th and the 6th for a 4th. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. You drafted so far back there in the draft. We don't want none of your picks. I'll tell you what, give us 3 of them. But if you're drafting 12th in those rounds, that position is attractive. You can do something drafting in the early ages. The early stages of the draft. And not to mention, you got your quarterback. You're not worried about that. You have your quarterback by all intents and purposes. You already have 1 wide receiver, and he's top 3 in the game. You got Michael Parsons. You got Deron Bland. You're in a position to where you can just, hey, we're really in a position to where, okay, the running back position, check, it's right there. Wide receiver in this draft, loaded. Loaded. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round, there's no excuse. Running back, wide receiver, D-line. There's no excuse. The Cowboys will change life on this team. Y'all mark my words. If they get Ashton Genty or Marion Hampton, one of those kids from Ohio State, they get one of those kids, it's over. This team is right back competitive. The line was already coming together. This team will be absolutely nasty. It will be. And they get another wide receiver. They get another wide receiver. They already got Jonathan Mingo. They already got Ryan Flanoy. They got Kevontae Turpin. Please, Reese, get this guy signed too. That wide receiver core right there. I'm good. I want to see what Jonathan Mingo is. But if you got 10 picks, if I'm the Cowboys, hey, man, I'll even back there in one of them other picks. I'll even get a wide receiver back there. I will. I'll try to find me another big body speed receiver that maybe has slipped through the cracks. Someone says he's not 10. He's not top 10, top 20, but he's a project. I'll take him. The Cowboys can fix a lot in this draft. They're going to have an opportunity to fix a lot. And even in free agency. The Cowboys should be able to work in free agency. They're going to have to because they got 30 unrestricted and restricted free agents. There is no reason. This is why I hope Jerry Jones is looking at the Eagles. Man, y'all don't understand what I'm telling y'all. I don't want the Eagles to win because I like the Eagles. But for all you Eagles fans, it's your team. If you want to say go Eagles, you can. I have an ulterior motive. I like the way the team is built. I love the way the team is built. I want the Eagles to prove to Jerry Jones how to build a team. That your quarterback needs a running game. Your quarterback doesn't need one wide receiver. He needs two wide receivers. Make sure you evaluate your tight ends. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I know some of y'all like Jake Ferguson, but I am telling y'all, if that monster Kyle Pitts for the Atlanta Falcons, if the Cowboys get an opportunity to get Kyle Pitts and they don't have to give up the farm, bring in Kyle Pitts. Bring him in. He's a freak athlete. Dak Prescott will do wonders with a Kyle Pitts. The Cowboys don't need to just get one running back. They need two. Get you a home run hitter in the first or the second. And then when you get to the fifth or the sixth, hey, I'm telling you, there will still be bona fide running backs in this thing, in this draft. I'm telling you, they're going to still be bona fide running backs. Cowboys have an opportunity, y'all. I'm just telling you. There is no reason why this team cannot build a team. There's just no reason. There's no reason. Miss Matrix, how you doing tonight? Somebody in here named Black Jesus. What's going on? He said, Jerry don't care, bruh. Hey, we're going to see. We are going to see how much Jerry cares. We're going to talk about the Cowboys here in a few moments. I want to get to the Chiefs games. The Chiefs game, talk about that a little bit. And look at some of the other news that's swirling around the Cowboys, because what they're talking about now, I'm really confused. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm confused now on the Brian Schottenheimer coaching hire because of something else that's now going on with the Cowboys. DC Trucker, what better running game? We can't even take you seriously. Okay, you must be talking to somebody in the chat. Chiefs will control the game. Don't think so. Nope. Don't think so. No. Let me tell you something. Gerard, mark my words. The Philadelphia Eagles are an alligator. They are a shark. You do not want to get into a close game with the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't want to do it. They're built in a way that I'm telling y'all, if they let the Eagles get where the Bills got, and they got the last drive of the game, it's 4 minutes to go. They're down by 3. I'm putting money, and I'm not a betting man. I'm putting money. The Eagles will beat them. I'm putting money on it. If it comes down to the last drive and the Eagles got the ball, they're going to beat them. You know why? Because with 4 minutes to go, they don't have to do what the Bills did. I don't even know what the Bills were doing. They don't have to do what the Bills did. The Eagles are absolutely dangerous. 4 minutes to go. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, they're going to go to work on you. They're going to go to work on you. And you're not going to stop both of them. They're going to go to work, because I'm going to tell you again, why are the Philadelphia Eagles lethal? Y'all got to hear what I'm telling you. They can control both lines of scrimmage. And the way they control the offensive line of scrimmage, it is deadly. People will be begging I will not be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And the way I think they will beat them is when they get in 3rd and 1s. I told y'all and I keep telling you, when they get in 3rd and 1s, what do? When they get in 4th and 1s, what do? When they get to the goal line, what do? They are lethal. They have a play that you can't stop 9 out of 10 times. I don't care what your defensive line looks like. You cannot stop that play 9 out of 10 times. Your ratio for stopping that is 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, that's it. They are the type of team they can grind you out. They can grind you out. I want y'all to think about this. They can even run this play on 3rd and 2. They're not like other teams. 3rd and 2 scares other teams. Other teams on 3rd and 2, they go into the playbook and they go, okay, what do I got for 3rd and 2? What do I got for 3rd and 2? Okay, roll out play. I mean, what do I got? I don't want to do something that's going to take a lot of time to develop. I know they're probably going to be trying to blitz. Okay, what do I have? 3rd and 2. Okay, what do I have? A slant. Okay, can I get my quarterback out and run out to the right, run out to the left, and get an out route? I mean, what can I do? Eagles. We don't even have to turn the book. We can close it. Y'all know what it is. They are literally the 90s Cowboys in this respect. Y'all know what it is. And I'm telling you, this tush-push play, if they beat the Kansas City Chiefs with it, the outcry from people will be deafening. This is when they're going to try to outlaw this play. If they mess around and they dominate the Kansas City Chiefs with this play, because the Chiefs can't stop it either. The Chiefs can't stop it. They cannot stop this play. This play is lethal. And it is constructed to where the Buffalo Bills couldn't get first downs. The Buffalo Bills couldn't grind out a game at the end. What are they doing? They're passing it, all kinds of stuff. Not the Eagles. Eagles got 4 minutes to go. You done. They're going to cook you more than likely because they can run the doggone ball. They're going to cook you. They're going to hit you with Saquon Barkley. They're going to drop Jalen Hurts back. Then he's going to step up in the pocket. Then he's going to run for 4, 5, 6 yards, whatever he does. Or he may hit A.J. Brown. He may hit Devontae Smith. He may hit Goddard. I'm telling you, this team is not built like what y'all think. We still don't want to get his team credit. I know we hate the Eagles. Take the name off that team. That team could be called the Texas Shenanigans. Them jokers are built to win. I don't care what anyone say. They win a game against the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. The Chiefs, if they let the Eagles get them in this situation, they're going to take them out into the deep, and they're going to do them in. They're going to do them in. The way they have to beat the Eagles, and I'm telling you, the way they have to beat the Eagles, there's no other way the Kansas City Chiefs can do it. They have to beat the Eagles like this. They're going to have to get up on them. They're going to have to. If you don't create a situation for the Eagles to where they have to go away from their strength, which is their running game, they can beat you all kinds of ways. But their strength is their run game, how they control the lines of scrimmage, what they do to you. If you don't get up on the Philadelphia Eagles by 10, 13, 17, get ready. You're about to have a long day at the office. And the Eagles. Y'all know what else happened to the Commanders tonight? I'm going to show you another place where the Eagles are, they again are lethal. Don't you dare let them get up on you by 10. Once they got up on the Commanders, once they got up by 13, it was over. There was nothing they can do. It's over. It's over. If the Eagles get up on you, it's over. You have basically let an anaconda get around your body And all he's doing now is just continuing to squeeze tighter and tighter, because when they get a lead, they're going to run that rock. They're going to run that rock. And you're going to stop them sometime, but you're not going to be able to stop them consistently, because, again, the outcry for this play to be outlawed if they beat the Chiefs is going to be deafening. Why? Because I'm telling you, who doesn't know what the Eagles are going to do when they get 3rd and 2? I don't know about y'all. Maybe I'm dumb. I would be terrified for this team to get in 3rd and 2s. Do you not understand the mental aspect of this? Because you know in your mind the percentage of success of this tush push. And how much you bet? This play is so doggone deadly. You have to spend a significant amount of your practice time to get ready for it. This isn't a play you just say, hey, man, goal line defense, no big deal. They're going to run this tush push. We're going to stop it. No. You're going to have to practice it and practice it and practice it. And I'm telling you, a play like that takes a lot out of you. This is why number 4 for the Washington Commanders, he kept committing the foul. He kept jumping over the top. Because they even understand, man, this play is insanely lethal. And no one else does it like them. No one can do it like them. Everybody tries it, but they just can't seem to do it like them. The outcry will be deafening. I'm just telling y'all, the Eagles are built to win. People always, not me. No, they have a good defense. They have a very good defense. But I'm telling you this. The Buffalo Bills, did you see how many points the Buffalo Bills put up on them? The Buffalo Bills were able to put up on the Kansas City Chiefs 29 points. The Philadelphia Eagles have already shown us something. They can score points, and they can score them in bunches. And their defense is better. Their defense is better than the Chiefs. It's better. The Eagles' defense is better than the Chiefs. No, we're not underestimating the Chiefs' defense, because it's been one of the main reasons they've been winning this year. I mean, at least not me. I know what their defense is. It's been a strong point for them, not only this year, but for the last 2 to 3. They've built a very good defense. The Eagles is better. The Eagles' defense is better than the Chiefs. We do not understand the Eagles' best run game in the business and the best defense in the business. They're the best defense in the business. I'm telling you, we saw a clinic tonight. We saw a clinic. And y'all might not realize this. Let's go to this Chiefs game somewhat as we talk about this thing with Philly. And then I want to talk about a couple things about Dallas. I want you to think about this. Y'all might not realize this, but the skill positions for the Chiefs, they're not what they used to be. When Tyreek Hill was on this team, it was different. This team's not the same. This team is not the same. They got some pretty much I'm not saying no-namers, but you got Kelsey, Schuster, but I'm not saying these other guys aren't good. They're not Tyreek Hill make a difference good. The Eagles' defensive line is more than good enough to stop Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt has really been making a difference for the Chiefs all season long. I've watched him in some games. You look at the yards and you go, oh, okay, he only got 64. No, look at the games. It's when he's getting the 64 yards that's the problem. That's the real problem. And you think about what the Chiefs did today. They did exactly what I've been telling you. Patrick Mahomes, what did I tell you the magic number is? 25. He threw 26 times. That's the magic number. You can do that. You can do that. Look at the run game. Now, Patrick Mahomes, what did I tell you about him? He's the smartest running quarterback in the league. He got 11 for 43, 2 touchdowns. So he had a good game on the ground today. But I'm telling you, this Eagles team is different. They don't have these super skilled position players. I mean, literally, the best player on offense is Patrick. I mean, he's been the best player, but I'm telling you, they don't have the kind of players they had. When you got Tyreek Hill and Kelsey in the mix, that's a different ball game. Their offense hasn't looked the same ever since Tyreek Hill left. It doesn't mean they haven't been able to win because they went in and improved their run game. I mean, Pacheco he did good last year, and this year he had a broke leg, so don't know exactly what he is this year. But Kareem Hunt has been a role player running back. He's not dazzling you when you look at the box scores, but I've actually watched some of Kansas City games, and I'm telling you, it's when he's getting these yards. That's where they're making an impact. But I'm telling you, the Eagles, they built this team. And I'm going to show you how they built it. When you look back, once you look back at this Super Bowl, this is telling you everything you need to know. This is why I'm telling you, I know what Howie Roseman did. Howie Roseman's intent was to get back to the Super Bowl. Because Howie Roseman, when you look at the Super Bowl that they lost, I've already showed y'all this game, but I'm going to show it to you again. Look at the score. The last time they were in the Super Bowl, it was 38-35. I want you to focus in particular on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts went video game bonkers on the Kansas City Chiefs. And he did, I think it was a fumble he had maybe. But I want you to look at his box score. He was 27-38, 304, 1 touchdown. He was 15 for 70 for 4.7 yards a carry and 3 touchdowns. They're looking at this score. And when you think about how this team is built now, imagine this. That team in 2022 scored 35 points on the Chiefs. This same team, the Philadelphia Eagles, this same team, and let me go to the Chiefs for a moment. I want you to see something here. This same team, look at the players on this team. Look at the skill positions for the Kansas City Chiefs. I just want you to look at them for a second. Marquise Valdes-Scantling, Kadarius Toney, I'm just calling out some names. Travis Kelce, of course. Juju Smith-Schuster. He's back on the team. They got Justin Watson. Running back, Pacheco. They now have Kareem Hunt. So you're telling me, looking at those players, the score was 38-35. But when you look at the Eagles players, there's one issue where the Eagles said, how do we become better than the Chiefs? Saquon Barkley is a difference maker. Saquon Barkley. The Eagles improved their offense more than the Kansas City Chiefs improved theirs. And that's fact. The Philadelphia Eagles looked at this score and said, if we can get back to the Super Bowl, who can we get to where if we get to a final drive again, who can we get to where we can make that final drive and win that game? It's Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is a headache. Saquon Barkley is a headache. Steve Spagnuolo is going to have to dedicate resources to stop this man. And the problem is you're going to have to dedicate resources to stop him while at the same time stopping Jalen Hurts. Because you take a quarterback like a Joe Burrow, you take a quarterback now like Dak Prescott, and you say, hey, you know what? Let's take away the run. We're going to make Joe Burrow and make Dak Prescott beat us through the air. You can do that. I never thought I'd say it. I mean, Dak didn't seem like himself this year, but Joe Burrow had more burst than Dak Prescott. Something was not right this year. But even at Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott when he is right, I'm not worried about them running the ball. I'm worried about them throwing the ball because in order to stop the run, we may have to get some man-to-man coverage out there. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about that. But where I'm more worried with Jalen Hurts is that not only if we go man-to-man, it's going to be a problem, but if he breaks out of the backfield, if he breaks through one of the blitzes, if he breaks through, then we're man-to-man, we're in trouble. They're going to have to dedicate significant resources to stop this running game this time. And they didn't do it the last time. They didn't do it the last time. They had no answer. Steve Spagnuolo was there then too. They had no answer for the Philadelphia Eagles. They scored 35 points. Saquon Barkley on that team, that game is different. I'm telling y'all. The Eagles did exactly what they were supposed to do. What can we do? Not to win the NFC. No, this isn't about the NFC. What can we do to win the Super Bowl? Because they knew what happened when they got there. Y'all know what happened? It was Jalen Hurts a bust. Jalen Hurts a bust. Jalen Hurts literally put up all the yards. Almost all the yards. I want y'all to think about this. Jalen Hurts accounted for 374 yards? What? He accounted for 374 yards and they only got a total of 417? What? That's bonkers. That's bonkers. It was all Jalen Hurts. So what did they do this time? No. We got to get something else. Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley. And don't discount this. You got Kellen Moore. Man, let me tell you something. Kellen Moore has an opportunity. Man, if Kellen Moore and this team come out and win, Kellen Moore's stock just went out the roof. If Kellen Moore was a stock and you could invest in it, Kellen Moore wins this game, you better put money in that stock because this dude's stock's going to go out the window. Jamie Scott, put a team around Dak Prescott, a team off the chain to say what you want, and stand there with your mouth open. I'm with you. The owners need to get out of the bargain basement. You cannot win with second hand. Jamie Scott. This is what the Eagles did. What did I tell y'all? You got to spend to win. It take money to make money. Money talks and talks runs a marathon. Jerry Jones is going to have to put a team around Dak Prescott because that's exactly what Howie Roseman did. And Howie Roseman, even after putting a team around him, said, hold on a second, it still ain't enough. Saquon Barkley out there, bring him in. Convinced the owner, y'all, hey, we need Saquon Barkley. Hey, man, he injury prone. Hey, man, I don't care what anyone says. We need Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, if you look at these two teams, Saquon Barkley is the difference. Gerard, they had a tough defense when they played them the first time. You're not stopping the Eagles. Forget it. You're not stopping them. If you think you're going to stop the Eagles, you're ludicrous. You're not stopping them. They didn't stop them. They didn't stop them the first time, y'all. They didn't stop them the first time, and that defense was really good. Steve Spagnuolo was there, and that defense was great. You're not stopping the Eagles. You're not. I don't care what you say. You're not stopping them. If the Rams couldn't stop them with that pass rush, you're not stopping them. You're not beating the Eagles. People, y'all don't want to give this team credit. Pound for pound. Pound for pound. There is only maybe two players. There's maybe only two players I'd take on the Chiefs over the Eagles. Over the Eagles. There's maybe only two. I mean, Patrick Mahomes. Maybe Travis Kelce. Maybe. Go down to skill positions. Pacheco, no, I'll take Saquon Barkley all day long. Whoever the Chiefs have on the outside, who you taking? I'll take the combination of Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown over anything Kansas City can put on the field. Anything. They may have them beat at tight end. They probably have them beat. They have a little bit more depth, I believe, at tight end. Offensive line. I'll stay with what I got with Philly. I'll stay with what I have. Defensive line. Yeah, I'll stay with what I have with Philly. Secondary play. I will stay. I'm sorry. I'm satisfied with Philly. What did the Chiefs do that makes us say in a 35-38 Super Bowl? We've seen this movie before, and it's going to be similar, I'm telling you. Unless the Eagles' defense rise to the occasion. But I'm telling you, the Chiefs' defense, it's good. It's good to great. Stop sleeping on Philly. They were the number one defense, not the Chiefs. I'm telling you. This Eagles team, they built this thing to win the Super Bowl. They didn't build it to win the NFC. They built it to win the Super Bowl. And they have a great opportunity. They do. Because I'm telling you, these doggone Kansas City Chiefs, they came back on towards the end of the season. But these same Kansas City Chiefs, we've seen them all year long. They've been scraping and skating through games, skating through games. And guess what happened to them we're talking about the Buffalo Bills. You can't even look at the Buffalo Bills squad and say it's better than the Eagles. That Buffalo Bills squad is not better than the Eagles. That Eagles squad is built to win the Super Bowl. I don't care if we're Cowboys fans and don't like them. I can get with you on that. But what I can't do is ignore what my eyeballs are seeing, the tape is showing, the stats are showing, and the analytics are showing. I told y'all, pound for pound, they're better than the Commanders. And pound for pound, they match up extremely well. Way better than Buffalo. Way better than Buffalo. We keep underrating Jalen Hurts and overrating everyone else. I keep telling y'all this dude is lethal. He does so many things good enough. And what he does great is these running things. No cap. Appreciate you in the crib, man. How's everything going? Eagles saw what, I see what you're saying. Eagles saw what Christian McCaffrey did for the Niners. You dead on. You dead on, no cap. And said, yeah, we need one of those. Only difference is the Eagles have a great old line. See him? No cap. They're not hearing what I'm saying. The Eagles, they have a great old line. And their D-line is great too. Tell me, if you're honest, from the first time these two teams played in the Super Bowl, tell me which one of them improved the most, Kansas City or the Eagles? The Eagles are going to prove that you don't need the best quarterback in the league to win the Super Bowl. I only have one if for the Eagles. You know how we are. I tell you, man, if you say if, all these things, I only have one if for the Eagles. If the Eagles come out and play their game, book it. There's nothing the Chiefs can do. Because I'm telling y'all, did y'all watch how Saquon Barkley runs the ball? It's hard to have an answer for that. It is hard to have an answer for Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. You're going to pick your poison, because I'm telling you, if you're telling me that you're going to dedicate all of your resources to stopping Philadelphia from running the ball, they're going to beat you, because their wideouts are good enough to beat man-to-man coverage. Devontae Smith will beat man-to-man coverage. A.J. Brown can beat some man-to-man coverage. Goddard is going to beat some of your man-to-man coverage. There's no way. If you're honest, these teams, the one that improved the most is the Eagles. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Ask the Golden State Warriors. Ask these teams who come up on these monumental records of three-peats. I remember the New England Patriots went undefeated. The closer you get to approaching and achieving those goals, you have an added pressure. You don't have the pressure of only winning. You have the added pressure of someone's telling you in your ear, hey man, y'all can make history. Y'all can be the first team to win three in a row. Y'all can be one of these teams that wins 3 in a row. It's just like when teams say you can beat the Miami Dolphins record and be undefeated. That stuff gets in people's head. You have added pressure. The Eagles not coming in with that pressure. They're just coming in strictly to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm just being honest with you. We're better than them. I'm not saying, if I'm the Eagles, no, I'm not telling you we have the better quarterback. No, we're better than them. Pound for pound. The Eagles, if you're being real, pound for pound, because I know we're looking at Patrick Mahomes. He's not the issue here. Josh Allen isn't better than Patrick Mahomes, and he was still in the game. He still had an opportunity to win. Jalen Hurts, it doesn't matter if Patrick Mahomes is better than him. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter one bit. Jay Army, what's going on? The sad part is the Cowboys trash Kellen Moore. Now, Jay Army, I've been on here trying to not defend Kellen Moore, but I've been on here trying to tell the truth. These folks running around here talking about this man like he chop suey. It's insanity. And saying he's going to fall off without Dak. He's in the Super Bowl and our fan base is burning down because we never happy with our coaches here. Man, I've been trying to tell folks the truth on Kellen Moore. I mean, they've come up with all kinds of stuff. No identity offense and fool's goal. You tell me anything you want to. That fool's goal is in the Super Bowl. That no identity offense is in the Super Bowl. And I'm telling you something. It looked great. It looked great. This dude laughing all the way to the bank. Contact Digest, talk about it. Yeah, no doubt. Man, they tried to crown Josh Allen in this league. They tried to. But again, he lost. And he lost in the worst way possible. The ball was in his hand. Contact Digest, what else do you want? The ball in your hand. Oh, hey. Contact. Man, let me tell you something. I was telling my wife, have y'all ever checked like X the next day after Tony Romo calls a Buffalo Bills game? There were people they were talking about that were complaining to the league office or wanting to complain to the league office about how Tony Romo covers the Buffalo Bills game. Tony Romo be tripping on Josh Allen. Man, this dude think he the best thing since sliced bread. Boy, this man Josh Allen can do he can do no wrong. He can do no wrong in the eyes of he can do no wrong in the eyes of Tony Romo. But boy, Tony Romo was in a conundrum tonight, wasn't he? Because Tony Romo had both Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Boy, you know how he loved both of them. Boy, that joker didn't know what to do. He was in a love triangle tonight. Tony Romo was in a love triangle. He didn't know what to do. But yeah, man, he loved him some Josh Allen. He do. Blue Star, he says, you lost me when the dang E-Girls ran the score up on Washington. I was like, I ain't no dang way I believe they hit themselves in the foot all game long through turning the ball over. Man, hey, man, let me tell you, that defense was opportunistic, Blue Star. They came to play. They were very opportunistic. They were. They came to play. They came to play. And they're going to be, I'm telling you, and if you look at this thing with the Eagles, see, we think so small because we haven't done a lot. See, Jerry doesn't realize something. We keep saying Dak Prescott is a regular season quarterback. No. Can I tell y'all some truth that we might not want to hear? No, we actually build regular season teams. That's the truth. We build regular season teams. The Eagles, Howie Roseman didn't build a regular season team. See, we didn't understand what Howie Roseman was doing. Howie Roseman went to the Super Bowl and said, I'm going back. And so they went in the draft. They got some better players in 23. They went in free agency in 24. And they got Saquon Barkley. Howie Roseman focused on not winning the NFC. He focused on building a team that could beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I've been telling y'all this for the longest. He built a team to win the Super Bowl. And if I build a team to win the Super Bowl, then all those other teams in between take care of themselves. I beat every team in between if I build my team to go to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you. Saquon Barkley, no doubt about it. He was a great pickup. And so they built a team. When you go back and look at these two teams, which one of these teams improved? It's the Eagles. The Eagles improved way more than Kansas City. Way more than Kansas City. Yeah, my son said it tonight, Real Daryl, what's going on? He said Josh Allen can't beat KC the same way Dak has issue with San Francisco. It happens. And you know what? We saw it we've actually seen this throughout football history. We may not realize it, but there's a history with the Green Bay Packers and the Cowboys. There was a time we had trouble with the Green Bay Packers. There were times back in the 80s and the 90s. We had problems with the San Francisco 49ers. We had problems as a Cowboys franchise with the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowls. We played them early on in the early 70s, and then we played them in 78, and we lost again. Jackie Smith dropped the touchdown. That's why when we got back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, that Super Bowl was such a big deal in 95 because it was the third time that the Cowboys were going to see the Super Bowl. Play the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a big deal. I still say Neil O'Donnell's offshore accounts needs to be checked because those throws that he threw to Larry Brown and not only got this man the MVP of the Super Bowl, got this man a huge contract with the Oakland Raiders at the time, who are now the Las Vegas Raiders, got this man a huge contract. This man's accounts still need to be checked. But you're right. It absolutely happens. Sometimes you just run into teams and they got your doggone number. Because for a minute there, Joe Burrow and the Bengals were the kryptonite for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm not sure they're still not the kryptonite for the Kansas City Chiefs. I know everybody has already crowned Patrick Mahomes as the best quarterback to ever walk on the moon. But I think that Joe Burrow has some things to say about that. Man, Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow. Man, Joe Shiesty is different. Joe Shiesty is different. And I think they didn't want no part of Cincinnati in the playoffs. I don't think they wanted any part of him. I don't. All right, guys. So before I get out of here, let me look at a couple of things. There is something that got my spidey senses tingling. Y'all tell me if y'all heard this. All you Eagles fans, I appreciate you. Washington Commanders fans, I appreciate you. Get back to the Cowboys. Got a couple things here that's kind of... Let me see here. Let me see where this is. Let me see if they got this up here. I saw somebody report this, and I want to see because I'm not seeing it on Athlon Sports. Let me pull it. Let me see if I can pull it up from the web. Because I'm confused on this. Let me see. Okay. Now okay. So the Cowboys hire one Brian Schottenheimer to be the coach. Now, where I'm confused is this. Have y'all seen this? The Cowboys eye Falcons Kevin Koger for OC on Brian Schottenheimer's staff? So they're going to bring in Brian Schottenheimer and bring in an OC too? It says the Cowboys have requested an interview with Atlanta Falcons tight ends coach Kevin Koger regarding the team's vacant offensive coordinator position, according to the NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. So maybe he'll be like Shotty was, implementing the offense, but Shotty will be calling the plays. I'm very confused on this one. The Cowboys are looking to fill out the staff of Brian Schottenheimer. I thought he was going to be the OC. It says Koger will likely work closely on Schottenheimer. With Schottenheimer, if he's hired as Dallas's new head coach, also served as his offense coordinator in 23 and 24. I don't understand this part. Have y'all seen this? Why would we be bringing in an OC? Now, I guess they bought in Brian Schottenheimer and he didn't call plays, so maybe they're going to do the same thing and they're going to bring in Koger, and Koger is not going to call plays. I'm actually shocked on this one right here. I am definitely shocked on this. I also saw something on Athlon Sports. I'm really wanting the whole story, and we're probably not going to get the whole story. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Michael Parsons. Have y'all seen this? Michael Parsons is literally going to be in the broadcast booth after he's done with the Cowboys. This guy loves talking about football. He loves talking about the sport. The Philadelphia Eagles, it says, on the way to booking their spot in Super Bowl 59 as they hold a 48-23 lead over the Washington Commanders in the fourth quarter. Okay, so let's go down to see what whoa, okay. Michael Parsons says, Dog Saquon is best player in the NFL. I don't know about going that far, but I'll tell you this. If I was voting MVP this year, I wouldn't give it to Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. The MVP has literally become a quarterback award. I would let someone else win it in another position, especially if they've played at a level to where if we give them the award, everyone will basically say, no, yeah, you didn't give it to them. They earned it. I just think Saquon Barkley, and don't get me wrong, because I've already said Jalen Hurts is lethal. But I'm telling y'all, even in this Super Bowl, Saquon Barkley is going to make a difference. I just don't know if the Chiefs, I know their defense is good. I just don't think they're going to have an answer for Saquon Barkley. Let me tell you something. Dudes like him, when the lights shine the brightest, man, you get some of these dudes like him in a Super Bowl, just like they got Jalen Hurts in 22. You mess around and get these dudes in the Super Bowl, and they'll go crazy on you. They will go crazy on you. I really would like to see Saquon Barkley get the MVP. We got to stop making this into a quarterback award only. But Parsons is saying he's the best player in the league. Wow. Hard to argue. Because I'll tell you the truth, if it was me, I would give it to Saquon Barkley. Especially even based on some of the stuff some of you guys say. I mean, y'all keep saying, oh, it's because of Saquon Barkley. Okay, give him the MVP then. Give him the MVP. I think it would be great with the story of Saquon Barkley, everything that has happened once he got cut from the Giants or released from the Giants, however they did it. His story has been phenomenal ever since. His story is phenomenal, man. It really is. They could really they should give this, and I'm not even saying give. I really think he's earned the MVP. He's even showing it in the playoffs. He can easily be the MVP of the playoffs. Saquon Barkley has been balling. The whole team's been playing well, but Saquon's been balling. He has been. I don't know if I can argue too much with Michael Parsons on this. I mean, this dude has been great. He has. Let me see here. Cowboy haters heard her. You said, wait. Hold on a second. You said that quote with those typos give him a leg up in broadcasting. Oh, no, I'm not talking about his typos. I'm hoping. Cowboys hater heard her, boy. You be tripping. Man, you be tripping, man. No, he gonna need AI to help him write his he gonna need AI to help him write all of his stuff out. But he probably knowing Michael Parsons, when he do get in the broadcast booth, don't you worry, he ain't gonna be going by no script unless they giving it to him, because he gonna be coming straight off the dome. But hey man, Saquon balling. Saquon balling, Cowboys hater herder. What do you think about it? You think he balling? Cowboys hater herder. Saquon deserves the MVP. Who else? Lamar Jackson. I didn't think Lamar Jackson deserved the MVP last year, so they've already set a precedent. He didn't deserve the MVP last year. I'm pretty sure you know this, Cowboy hater herder. You compare Lamar Jackson's numbers to Dak Prescott's numbers, it's a regular season award. Dak Prescott was the best quarterback in the league last year. Lamar Jackson's numbers were not close. Now, he had, down the stretch, Lamar Jackson had, I think it was about 6 really great performances. And so they gave it to him. They should have gave that to Dak Prescott. He earned it. Saquon Barkley, who's made the biggest impact on their team? What have we seen from Lamar Jackson this year we haven't seen already? Lamar Jackson actually didn't do anything we had not seen before. What did he do? Nothing. Even playoff-wise, we didn't see anything we hadn't seen before. But Saquon Barkley, we're seeing something. Saquon Barkley balled this year. A running back getting 2,000 yards? Nah, that's MVP worthy to me, man. It is. That's MVP worthy to me. Sota! Oh my gosh. Stop it, Zortard. Stop it. Oh, I believe you too. I believe you too. Dak Delusional, what's going on? You doing your normal, huh? Ron, Jerry panicked by hiring the head coach to stop the criticism and then realized he made a mistake. Ron, why are they bringing in an OC? I'm dumbfounded by this. I really want to know what he's going to do. I'm dumbfounded by this because I'm thinking that if you hire Brian Schottenheimer, surely he's the play caller. Dak's endorsing him. So you're telling me Dak's endorsing him, but he's not going to be the play caller? I don't know. But you know what? They did McCarthy like this when he came in. Cowboy hater heard a boy. Wait a minute. Now I see what you meant by your statement when you said a running back deserved MVP. You said, who else? Lamar Jackson. So you saying that got robbed by a running back. Man, you killing me tonight, man. Man, you killing me. Man. No, they don't, Jose Cuevado. They don't like to give him credit. They're not going to have no choice because I'm telling you, Cowboys get a running game, I'm checking out. Y'all ain't seen a Cowboys fan like me if the Cowboys get a run game. Y'all ain't seen a Cowboys fan like me because I'm telling you, I already know for a fact a run game is going to change the whole trajectory of this fan base. I mean, the whole trajectory of this team. This team will immediately be competitive with a running back. The old line is coming together. Y'all tell me, what do y'all think? Again, I asked this the other night. Would y'all bring back Zach Martin? If Zach Martin is 100% healthy, would you bring him back? I'm really wondering about this because I have a feeling that if the Cowboys let go of Zach Martin's going to go on another team and be successful. I'm telling you, I will not be surprised that joker goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. I wouldn't. C-Base, he said, you in luck. Shotty is a run. Yes, he is. No doubt. This is one of the reasons why, for me, I'm actually excited about Brian Schottenheimer from the perspective of I know he'll run the ball. And not only will he run the ball, C-Base, he don't mind copycatting. If there's some things that other teams are doing that he thinks that'll work for the team, he'll do it. No problem, he'll do it. No problem. Oh, yeah, Cowboy hater heard it for sure. Blue Star, what's up? He says, I say yes. He deserves he deserves that ring. Yeah, Dallas needs this. Yeah, I think Dak gonna get him one. I'm telling you, Dak gets one before he gets out of here. He's too good not to. He's too good not to get it. But I'm telling you, Cowboys get a run game. I'm checking out. Cowboy haters gonna hurt. Cowboy haters. I'm gonna have to take Cowboy hater her name. I'm gonna take Cowboys hater her name if the Cowboys get Ashton Genty or Marion Hampton. I'm checking out on y'all because I'm telling you, run game gonna do it. Me too, Daniel M. I'm confident. I'm very confident. I've already told y'all where I am. 2026, we getting the chip. The Cowboys are going to field this team through the draft and free agency in 2025. 2026, the Cowboys will not have to draft by need. They will be able to literally go into the 2026 draft and say, now we're going to draft the best players on the board. And they're going to be, I'm telling you, if they get the run game this season, running a wide receiver this season, do some things on defense this season, next season, they will literally be able to bring on players that are going to make impact. And they can do something in free agency if it's one player. Do something at the trade deadline. They're going to be very competitive in 2026. But we're going to go over the schedule this week. I mean, we got 2 weeks to go for the Super Bowl. I mean, there'll be all kinds of stories coming out. We're going to have plenty of time to talk. We're going to go over that schedule because I'm telling y'all, this team is going to win a minimum of 10 games next season. That schedule is set up for them to win 10 games minimum. I am good with. It seems like everybody they brought on to me has been good. I'm fine with it. I think the coaching staff is fine. I do. Everything I've seen so far. I mean, and actually, Daniel, they're not young. I mean, they got what? Matt Eberflus. It looks like Leslie Frazier is coming on. So it looks like they're doing some good things with the staff. I'm just confused with the Kogan thing. I'm confused on what they're doing with that. Blue Star says, we already seen this movie before when Dallas had a running back. We were a better team. Now we throw the ball when we want. Also, if it wasn't for Pollard, we beat. Oh, I believe so too. I believe if Pollard doesn't break his leg, it changed Kellen Moore's entire game plan. The Cowboys, you could tell by the way the game was going. They had intended, it seemed, on, okay, let's keep the score low and we're going to grind out the San Francisco 49ers. I think that's what their plan was. Tony Pollard going down hurt him. It really did. It hurt him. It hurt him bad. Yeah, I see you. I see you, Ron. Who's going to be the quarterback coach? You know what? I'm telling you, the staff is going to be everything. Schottenheimer's being the coach isn't the main issue. Who is the staff? What are they insulating him with? Yeah, I know, C-Base. Boy, I wish we did. Cowboys, we didn't explode. Man, I'm telling you, that's it. They have no excuse in this draft not to get a running back and a wide receiver. There's no excuse. None. C-Base, I just feel like 12-5 was a good little stint to have had. That's dead now. I'm not confident in the staff with in this staff at Daniel M. I want to see. C-Base, what do you think about Matt Eberflus? Because everybody's been saying they thought that was a good hire. Amarion Hampton is the Carolina running back. And then they got the other two running backs from Ohio State. I'm confident in both of them. I'm confident in both of them. I'd love to see one of them come here. Okay, Doug Newsomer as an OC or quarterbacks coach. Okay, you said bring him back. I'm not even familiar with him. Okay, I'm not even see. What was he, a quarterbacks coach or something? Okay, yeah, he's quarterbacks coach. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see something here. Oh, okay. All right. He hasn't been to Dallas before. Is that correct? He has 2 decades of coaching experience in the collegiate and professional ranks, including 9 NFL seasons. Now, this isn't the guy who was Dak Prescott's quarterback coach in college, is it? Okay, no, that's not him. Because I thought the Eagles had hired Dak's quarterback coach, but that's not the one. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm not very familiar with this guy. I mean, he sounds all right. Yeah, he sounds all right. I don't really know a lot about him, but he seems all right from his resume. He says, "What's your take on Dak's thought that Dak Delusional had in terms of saying that the Cowboys would win 3 Super. Jared, how many times have I told you Dak delusional name actually fits him and he doesn't realize how ironic it is? It fits him. Man, So, Jared, let's keep it this simple. If Jaden Daniels, let me go back to your comment here. So if Jaden Daniels would win 3 Super Bowls, so why didn't he win tonight? Why didn't he win? Because it's a team game. And you can't control everything everybody does. It's a team game. And Jaden Daniels, you know what? This is why I'm not crowning Jaden Daniels. Folks run around here talking about he great. Hold on, slow down. Let's give this man a few. Let's watch him a couple of seasons and watch him come back to earth like all the other quarterbacks do that we crown as the best quarterbacks to ever walk on the moon. No, they're not winning 3 Super Bowls with Jaden Daniels. No, it's insanity. Whoa! I was just seeing that. What? I saw that headline. What the? Wait. Oh, wait a minute. I told y'all this first. Y'all might not remember. Hold on. Let me read this, but stop the press. Watch this. Hold on. So, John Bones Fossil was the Cowboys special team coordinator, has now moved to Tennessee Titans, and has designed a certain kicker to reunite with Tennessee. He told me he's going to try and trade for me, Aubrey said. I don't know if that's out of any sort of reality or whatnot, but he's a great dude, and we're going to miss him. Uh-oh. Y'all might not remember what I've been talking about. I've already done a video on Brandon Aubrey. And what did I tell y'all about Brandon Aubrey? Brandon Aubrey. Let me tell you. Let me show you this dude again. I told y'all this. Let me tell you something. What's happening right now? They've already started it. They've already started it. This dude right here. In case y'all don't know what he looked like. This dude right here is the agent of one Rain Dakota Prescott. He is also now, look at his client list. Mahomes, Murray, Wilson, Dak, Donald. He got a ton more. And Brandon Aubrey's on the list. What did I tell y'all? I will be surprised if Brandon Aubrey kicks another field goal for the Dallas Cowboys on his current contract. Let me show you his contract if you hadn't seen it. They got this man, they got Brandon Aubrey on one. Hey, you know what? I know he wasn't in the pros, so I understand why they got him, how they got him. But you know what? It's time to pay the piper. It's time to pay the piper. Because I'm telling you, look at Brandon Aubrey's salary. This is highway robbery. This is Brandon Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey, $2.7 million. His salary this year is, I think it's $893. His average per year. He's actually about to make his first $1 million. He's just now about to make his first $1 million for the Cowboys. I'm telling you. Now, y'all got to think about how crazy it is for him to put this out. So explain to me, how can John Fossil trade for Brandon Aubrey and he's still on the contract? Make it make sense. Why would the Dallas Cowboys Why would they trade Brandon Aubrey? Y'all explain to me why would they do it. Why would they trade Brandon Aubrey? There's no way the Cowboys are trading Brandon Aubrey. This is Brandon Aubrey's current deal with the Cowboys. I am going to be shocked. Y'all do see Brandon Aubrey's age, right? See, Brandon Aubrey played soccer. He played soccer. So he's late to the game. 28, 29, and 30. He's 30 years old. He'll be a restricted free agent next year. I'm not going to be surprised. He may play this year. I bet you this. I'm not kicking for the Dallas Cowboys on $1 million contract. I'm not kicking for the Cowboys on $1 million contract. No, man. There are players. There are players sometimes. They just outplay their doggone contracts. And when you get a guy, you're basically bringing them in. You're like, okay, we don't know what you are, so we'll bring you in. And if you make it, you make it, and we'll put you on this kind of deal right here. But when that player comes in and he obliterates the performance to contract ratio, make it make sense. Brandon Aubrey he's at the bottom. Brandon Aubrey is better than every kicker in the league, arguably. And he's at the bottom, and you're telling me they're going to make Brandon Aubrey play another season at $1 million. It's already started. It's already started. Because you have to ask yourself. Think about this. So why does Brandon Aubrey say this? I'm sure it was said, but it's intentional. Brandon Aubrey is playing the game already. Hey, man. Yeah, man, he told me he was going to trade for me. Why not just say, yeah, man, you know, he's a great guy, going to miss him. Nah. He told me he's going to try and trade for me. Dallas, you've been put on alert. You have a Brandon Aubrey problem. I'm serious, y'all. If it was me, if I'm Brandon Aubrey, I'm 30 years of age, because y'all know how this goes. You're going to be a restricted free agent the following season. You go out there this year, you mess up your leg, you do something wrong, you get an injury, and you're never the same. Nope, I'm not kicking another field goal for the Cowboys at $1 million. I'm not doing it. Okay, they didn't show that on his resume. I'd be fine bringing him back. I'm not kicking another. If I'm Brandon Aubrey, not kicking another field goal. I wouldn't. Gee, let's take it further. Brady and Mahomes were in their Super Bowl. They were dang near all those Super Bowls but one. So what's the likelihood that he beats them a total of 3 times, basically? None. We don't even know what Jaden Daniels is. We don't know what he is yet. You don't know what a quarterback is until you get into about year 3. I mean, there are some you just know, okay, this guy's the real deal. But let's let him get into year 3. Let's see what he does. It's strange what happens to you when this league gets tape on you. You kind of come back to earth. Let's pump the brakes on Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is a good kid. But I'm telling you, this league will neutralize you. These guys go in the offseason and they study nothing but tape. And all it takes, y'all, one team. All it takes is one team to stop you. And when one team stops you, everyone looks at the tape. Everybody looks at the tape. And they say, okay, do we or do we not have the personnel to do what they did? Some teams don't have the personnel. They try to stop you. They just don't have the personnel. But then there are teams that have the personnel, and that's typically the top 8 teams. They will have that personnel, and they'll stop you. No. Dan Quinn, almost caught a genie in the bottle. But Jaden Daniels is going to have a problem next year. Dak delusional. You're delusional. Do we not realize that we beat Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders with Cooper Rush at the quarterback and injuries? And in the last game of the season, the Dallas Cowboys with Trey Lance was giving the Washington Commanders the business with Jaden Daniels, and Dan Quinn took him out of the game because he said he was taking too many hits. The Cowboys almost beat the Commanders twice with Jaden Daniels. So what do you think is going to happen every time he plays a good team? No. He got smashed on tonight. No, it's crazy. Blue Star, I'm telling you, Brandon Aubrey is one of these contracts. If I'm Jerry, I'm doing it this year. I'm not doing Brandon Aubrey's contract next year. I'm doing it this year. I would be surprised if Brandon Aubrey kicks another field goal. I would. I would until Jerry gives him a contract. Doug was a great quarterback at Idaho. Okay. So he might be good for Dak Prescott. Jose Covado, hey, I appreciate you, my brother. I'll just be looking at how this stuff is. I mean, you can read these tea leaves. I mean, I'm telling you, Jose, hey, man, they got a Brandon Aubrey problem. And Brandon is already taking a preemptive strike. I mean, you think about how, hey, you know what, Bo? Hey, John Fossil said, we didn't ask you that. But he volunteered that information. He's already putting it out there. Todd France and him already putting it out there. Dak Prescott already had money. So he didn't hold out because he already had a deal. Brandon Aubrey, this will be his first big deal. I'm sure he's going to try to get that deal. I'm sure. Let's also think about the fact that in the NFC Championship game, Aaron Rodgers, oh man, was in 2 or 3 title games in that span too. Hey man, let me tell you something. People do not understand how good Aaron bleeping Rodgers was. Aaron Rodgers knocked us out not of 1, but 2. He knocked us out during the catch year. He came back 2 years later and knocked us out again with a crazy play up the sideline. No, you're not winning that game. Nobody was beating Aaron Rodgers that year. Daniel also, he says, I'm sure you've heard the news on Cowboys making interviews. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because the Kogan thing is kind of surprising me, but I like the Eberflus things. Sometimes these guys don't be good head coaches, but they be good coordinators. But they're doing exactly what I would do. If I want to bring in Brian Schottenheimer or Deion Sanders or even a Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, they have no experience. So the coordinators or their assistant coaches are going to matter. They're going to matter. So I'm going to make sure I try to get the best guys I can put around them. Ron, I keep saying it. You look different once this league gets tape on you. You look different. You look different once they get tape on you. They start to see your tendencies. And I'm telling you, Jaden Daniels is a little light in the pocket. They better figure out something with him. He can't keep running like he's running. Yeah. Jerry, I think you should do it now. Don't wait 2 years because it'll be worse. No, make him the highest paid kicker now. I'd do it now. See, Bass, man, giving this man grocery money for real. Giving this man grocery money. Man, when I saw Brandon Aubrey's contract, I said, golly, man, there's no way the Cowboys going to keep this man on that contract. Lil D, no, they're not going to. It's too soon. It's too soon. No, they don't need to draft a quarterback now. 2027 will probably be the quarterback draft. You do that in 2027 because that's probably going to be the beginning of the end for Dak. You got Dak. You can get from under Dak in 3. I'm not sure they're going to do it, because once they flip the switch on Dak Prescott's contract, they will probably let him play out the fourth one if he's playing well. You bring in the quarterback in 2027. You let him sit up under Dak Prescott for 2 years, and then he's ready to go if you decide to move on from Dak in 2029. No, you don't get the quarterback now. Soon, nobody want to play a coach for the Cowboys because of their cheap and unorganized ways. Yeah, they need to get the quarterback probably in 2027. Hey, Lil D Texas, boy, you think it's bad now? Wait until Stephen Jones take over this thing. Gee, as you said, I think having a young staff would be a good thing for the Cowboys. And remember, a new scheme, Eberflus would unlock the best out of Micah. I think so, too. Eberflus may be able to get some things out of Micah that no one else has gotten so far. Because I'm telling you, don't get me wrong when I'm saying things about Micah Parsons. I think he's a great player. I think he can be better than what he is. And that's saying something. I think Micah Parsons can be way better than what he is. They got to get this man positioned right. Oh, he can be way better. Way, way better. See, hey, Cowboys hater herder. I'm with you. I'm doing Aubrey now, because Aubrey already putting stuff out here, man. Aubrey is already started. I'm doing Aubrey with this cycle. He's a part of the cycle now. I mean, come on, man. $6 million a year. Get this dude $7 million a year, 4 year. Get this dude $35 million, get this dude 4 year, $35 million, $28 million guaranteed. Be done with it. Nothing. How much does that cool guy make in ATL? How much does Tucker make in Baltimore? I got it right here. You said Koo in ATL. Okay, are these kickers? Because I got the kickers right here. Oh, here it is. Young Ho Koo. Young Ho Koo, 31, 24 million, average of $4 million a year. His guaranteed contract is $11 million. Okay, so I went extremely high on a kicker's contract. So, again, you could give him $28 million. Give him $28 million. Guarantee him. Hey, man, I give you $28 million contract, $20 million guaranteed. Easy. Easy peasy. That's what I would do. I'd go ahead and knock him out now. These kicker contracts, come on. They shouldn't even be playing around with this stuff. Don't even play around with this. It's too easy. Yeah, I'm with you too, Victor Maldonado. How you doing? I got a feeling we're not going for free agent. He better. And actually, though, Victor, he's not going to have a choice. There are 30 unrestricted and restricted. There's no way they're bringing back even 20 of those guys. They're not even bringing back 20 of them. So they're going to have to fill this thing in free. Well, they have to do it, through free agency and the draft. Now, the question is, in the free agency, will they get these bargain basement players? Hey, you right, lead time. Now, I do think the offensive line is coming together, but that's another reason why I'm asking. If Zach Martin is healthy, do you bring Zach Martin back? I think Zach Martin got another couple of years in him. Todd France about to play hardball? Yep. I think so, too. In the end, Brandon Aubrey will get what he wants. I think so, too. That's why, from Jerry, don't wait, get ahead of it. Don't even wait. Steven isn't what Jerry is to the Cowboys. If you know, you know. But Steven would just be owner. He'd hire a GM. Ooh, I hope he would. You know what? I think the one thing, though, you will not get with Stephen Jones, also, C-Base, I don't think you're going to get Stephen Jones going to the locker room. That's not Stephen Jones. He'll still do the radio stuff, but you won't see Stephen Jones. I don't think you'll see Stephen Jones or any other siblings in the locker room. I don't think you'll see none of that stuff. There will be some things, but, man, that boy Stephen is cheap. Pray it be Charlotte Jones, the competitive one in the family. Boy, yeah. G, you said it best. If you want to win, you got to spin. For sure. If you want to win, you got to spin. There ain't no other way to get around it. Shoot, I'm telling you, man. Money talks. Talking runs a marathon. Man, this is football business. Ain't nobody got time to be talking about. Ain't nobody got time to be talking, hey, man, do what you got to do. Man, let me tell you something. I still say Anthony Lynn got a raw deal with the Chargers. Anthony Lynn, to me, is a great coach. I think he should still be a head coach. They did that dude wrong. He went to the Commies for the running backs coach. He's a free agent now. Man, I wish they would bring him in. I'd love for them to bring that man in. Drew said if Jerry knew which coaches to bring in, then the Cowboys would. Man, Drew, I'm sorry. You might be making some sense here. You might be making some sense. But maybe, though, Drew, maybe it's because of the head coach hire that he's saying we're going to have to bring in some quality guys. Because if not, man, this thing going to burn down. Michael Irvin has already put this thing on notice. Michael Irvin said, let's give him a chance. But Michael Irvin said, if this thing is 0-13, he already telling us his own. So I can tell you now, we're not even waiting to 0-13 with Brian Schottenheimer. I'm just telling you. If the Cowboys start out 1-6, 1-7, 0-8, you can give any combination. 2-6, 3-10. No. There will be a rally cry to fire Schottenheimer. There will be a rally cry. The media will tear this team to pieces. They will. Yeah, C-Base, they ain't got no choice. They ain't got no choice but to go to free agency. Now, C-Base, the question is, what they going to do? That's the question. Will they upgrade some of the positions? They ain't got no choice. They ain't got no choice. They won't have enough to fill out the team. So it all depends on how they do it. It all depends on how they do it. Billions should buy world-class. Oh, man, stop it, C-Base. When Jerry brought in Jimmy Johnson, he brought him in as one of the highest paid coaches in the league. He had one of the highest paid staffs in the league. After they win the Super Bowl, a couple of Super Bowls, then he got cheap. Yeah, I talked about it the other day. I would love to have DeMarco Murray. The short choice would be good, too. I just prefer DeMarco Murray. I just remember how good he was at the running back position. I'd love for him to bring in DeMarco Murray. Man, Sean Lee. Would love to bring him in. Now, the funny thing is about Jason Witten. Something seems to be developing with Jason Witten to where they're saying that Jason Witten may not be a part of the plan no more. Now, I'm going to tell you why he may not be a part of the plan no more. I think the Cowboys may have realized that it was causing issues where they were trying to force Jason Witten on the team. Now, it don't mean he's not going to be here, but it seemed like some people were getting bent out of shape. Because I bet you had they told Mike McCarthy, had they not brought up Jason Witten to Mike McCarthy, McCarthy might be here. But I think the Joneses were putting all kinds of stipulations on McCarthy, and that's why he walked. I hear people are saying we should get Eberflus. I thought he was going to be the DC. I thought they'd already kind of made the decision. Gus Bradley. Let's see. Name sounds familiar. Okay, Colts. So he's a free agent too. Why is he a free agent? Let's see. I think if you're talking about as a position coach, though, I mean, I would always want to bring on guys like this. It just all depends on what he looked like as far as his stats go. Okay, he used to be a head coach. Yeah, I'd bring it. I definitely like bringing in guys who used to be head coaches. Yeah, I'd bring him in. One of the assistants. I think guys like that are always good. Yeah, I'd bring him in. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm telling you, I would love to have DeMarco Murray. I would. Now, see, Jared, you on to something. This is the context that people don't understand. Show me quarterbacks. Show me great teams. And I'm going to show you legendary coaches. I can name 2 legendary coaches right off the bat, right off the rip. Roger Staubach. Tom Landry, legendary. Chuck Noll, legendary. Bill Belichick, legendary. I mean, you can go down the line on when you show me dynasty teams, great dynasty teams, great quarterbacks, great teams, they're always going to have great coaching. Bill Walsh. I mean, you can just go down the line on these great teams. You don't see, when you see these anomalies, you might see a coach that's good and he got him 1. But when you see these legendary, multiple Super Bowl winning, I got another one, Andy Reid. See, we give Patrick Mahomes way too much credit for the success of the Kansas City Chiefs. No, Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes is what Andy Reid needed, and Andy Reid is what Patrick Mahomes needed. I saw Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. Patrick Mahomes goes to any other team other than the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not looking at the same quarterback. Imagine if Andy Reid would have got a hold of Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott. Imagine if he gets a hold of those quarterbacks. He gets a hold of Trevor Lawrence. Oh, are we having the same conversations? Coaching matters. Coaching matters. It does. These legendary coaches, these legendary quarterbacks, these legendary teams, they always have great coaches. Ryan Crow, okay? Oh, yeah. See, I'm hoping what I'm thinking is true. I think Jerry know he done stepped in boo-boo. Jerry knows he stepped in boo-boo. And Jerry knows, I better make this work. This may be the one time we see Jerry do something because, man, this hire is getting destroyed. And what y'all already know, we went over it last night. What Michael Irvin did, that video I did on Michael Irvin has like blown up. Other people are doing it. They've done the same. They've done it from different angles. I haven't looked at them, but they're doing it from different angles. And they're getting views. Wait until the media on Monday get a hold of that Michael Irvin video. Oh, it's about to blow up all over again. Jerry know he done stepped in boo-boo, Daniel M. He done stepped in boo-boo. He done stepped in boo-boo. Jerry gonna have to clean that boo-boo off that shoe, man. And that's why I think they're trying to insulate. They're trying to insulate Brian Schottenheimer. They're trying to put good coaches around him. And I'm telling you, Leslie Frazier on this team, I like it. I like it. Got to get, you got to get these kind of coaches in here. Get coaches around this dude that's a dog. We got to. C-Base, I told him before. I showed it last night. Man, Josh Allen, the reason why this dude, y'all think about it. Less yards, less touchdowns, less attempts. But there are two things that rose. His quarterback ratings rose. Well, there's one thing that rose. His quarterback rating rose. Why? Because he's throwing less interceptions. That's why he's in the MVP. He got in the MVP race with worse numbers other than the interceptions. No doubt. Imagine Patrick Mahomes goes to the Jets. Woo, man. Man, I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes isn't Patrick Mahomes without Andy Reid, and he's not Patrick Mahomes without Alex Smith. He's not Patrick Mahomes without Alex Smith, and we do this team a disservice by acting like Patrick Mahomes came in and made the Chiefs. The Chiefs were loaded when he got there. They were loaded. They were loaded. Andy Reid kind of got the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes from Texas Tech, under control. Patrick Mahomes said Alex Smith taught him how to be a pro. And he hit the ground running. He's a talented kid. No way. Yeah. But Tom Coughlin is a legendary coach. He is. I mean, Tom Coughlin's a legendary coach. Now, they're arguing about Eli Manning right now. They don't want him to be in the Hall of Fame. Lead time. Nobody did. Nobody. That's why he wasn't top 5. Andy Reid was shocked when people were not going for him. I saw him at Texas Tech. He was throwing it all over the field, but he had issues. Jared, unless Jaden Daniels is Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady 2.0. And you know what? I'm tired of people with this stuff. I'm not even giving Patrick Mahomes Tom Brady 2.0. I got to see this man's career. People do not understand the career that Tom Brady has had. To compare anybody to Tom Brady this prematurely is foolishness. I don't care if he does get a 3-peat. It is foolishness to be comparing him to Tom Brady right now. He's more talented than Tom Brady, but that didn't take much. Tom Brady wasn't talented as in body composition, speed, and running the ball and all that. It wasn't Tom Brady, but where Tom Brady Tom Brady is basically cerebral. This man was crazy. It's the Rooney Rule, G. They're trying to go through this process so they won't lose draft picks. And you gain draft picks. You gain draft picks by having minority hires on your team. Man, C-Base, Irvin went scorched earth, bro. And man, Michael Irvin, watch what I tell you. Michael Irvin's speech will get more headlines this week than the actual playoffs will get from this past week. Yeah, Zartad, Tom Coughlin was off the chain. He was. Not just what he did with the Giants. It's the Jaguars for me. He took an expansion team and made them competitors. Like, off the rip. You too, Jose? Yes, sir. I'm about to get off here. Eli Manning is borderline with many people, and same with Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin, though, he did some great things in this league. He did. Yeah, he did some great things. I think he should definitely be considered as a Hall of Fame for the Jaguar thing. I think you're right. They're trying to get good coach. Yeah, they are. They're trying to get coaches around Shotty and try to make sure that he don't get exposed to the media. What do we expect for Shotty press conference tomorrow? Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for all the smoke. I'll be reporting on this thing. I'll be giving my analysis on everything he said. C-Base said we forgot. Mahomes was sloppy in college. Yes, he was. Andy Reid polished him up. And Alex Smith helped him too. And Patrick Mahomes said it. Yep, no doubt. All right, guys, I appreciate you. So we got something to look forward to. We will come back, and we will be looking at Schottenheimer's press conference. I'm excited. You guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. And if you have not become a member of the channel, please do become a member of the channel. I will be tomorrow. My goal is tomorrow. I am going to probably do a members only stream at some point tomorrow. And we're going to be testing out the call-ins. I want to test that out only with I want to test that out only with the members if possible. So if you haven't become a member, please go check it out and become a member of the channel. Help me grow this channel. Jared said, "I'm sorry, I got to pick this argument to as many pieces as possible." Allen is a possible all-time great, has lost Mahomes 4 times. JD would beat him multiple times. Are you serious? Yeah, Josh Allen. I'm sorry, but the only thing he's done better than Dak Prescott is win more playoff games. That's it. Playoff games are not the name of the game. I think Dak Prescott is going to get him an opportunity to amass about 4 of those playoff games in the next 3 years. He'll probably be able to get him about 4 to 5 on his resume, and I think he's going to be able to get a chip, and that's going to change everything for Dak Prescott. I want Shotty to wear them sunglasses when he's on the road, G. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. C. Bays, let's talk Cowboys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To the next time. All right, guys. Again, appreciate you. Make sure if you haven't, subscribe. Hit that like button. Also, if you can, become a member. I'll be testing out call-ins tomorrow with the members only. I don't want to unleash this on everybody and it don't work. So until the next time, let's talk Cowboys. We talk facts. Peace.